conditioning.
Says tomorrow's gonna be hotter.
Hotter?
Like yesterday.
Yesterday? Yesterday you said you'd call Sears.
I'll call today.
You call now.
I'll call now.
Now's the time to save on Sears installed central air conditioning. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, and no payments until August with the Sears Charge Home Improvement Plan. Call now for a free in-home estimate on a Kenmore air conditioning system. State-of-the-art engineering means greater energy efficiency. A new Kenmore could save 10 to 44% on your annual cooling costs. In time, even pay for itself. Sears also offers fast emergency installation, a 5-year warranty on parts and labor, plus our satisfaction guarantee. And you know Sears will be there to back it up. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, no payments until August. Offer ends May 31st, so call now and save with Sears.
So what's the paper say about tomorrow?
Another scorcher.
Cool. I cannot live another day without air conditioning.
Says tomorrow's gonna be hotter.
Hotter?
Like yesterday.
Yesterday? Yesterday you said you'd call Sears.
I'll call today.
You call now.
I'll call now.
Now's the time to save on Sears installed central air conditioning. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, and no payments until August with the Sears Charge Home Improvement Plan. Call now for a free in-home estimate on a Kenmore air conditioning system. State-of-the-art engineering means greater energy efficiency. A new Kenmore could save 10 to 44% on your annual cooling costs. In time, even pay for itself. Sears also offers fast emergency installation, a 5-year warranty on parts and labor, plus our satisfaction guarantee. And you know Sears will be there to back it up. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, no payments until August. Offer ends May 31st, so call now and save with Sears.
So what's the paper say about tomorrow?
Another scorcher.
Cool. I cannot live another day without air conditioning.
Says tomorrow's gonna be hotter.
Hotter?
Like yesterday.
Yesterday? Yesterday you said you'd call Sears.
I'll call today.
You call now.
I'll call now.
Now's the time to save on Sears installed central air conditioning. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, and no payments until August with the Sears Charge Home Improvement Plan. Call now for a free in-home estimate on a Kenmore air conditioning system. State-of-the-art engineering means greater energy efficiency. A new Kenmore could save 10 to 44% on your annual cooling costs. In time, even pay for itself. Sears also offers fast emergency installation, a 5-year warranty on parts and labor, plus our satisfaction guarantee. And you know Sears will be there to back it up. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, no payments until August. Offer ends May 31st, so call now and save with Sears.
So what's the paper say about tomorrow?
Another scorcher.
Cool. I cannot live another day without air conditioning.
Says tomorrow's gonna be hotter.
Hotter?
Like yesterday.
Yesterday? Yesterday you said you'd call Sears.
I'll call today.
You call now.
I'll call now.
Now's the time to save on Sears installed central air conditioning. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, and no payments until August with the Sears Charge Home Improvement Plan. Call now for a free in-home estimate on a Kenmore air conditioning system. State-of-the-art engineering means greater energy efficiency. A new Kenmore could save 10 to 44% on your annual cooling costs. In time, even pay for itself. Sears also offers fast emergency installation, a 5-year warranty on parts and labor, plus our satisfaction guarantee. And you know Sears will be there to back it up. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, no payments until August. Offer ends May 31st, so call now and save with Sears.
So what's the paper say about tomorrow?
Another scorcher.
Cool. I cannot live another day without air conditioning.
Says tomorrow's gonna be hotter.
Hotter?
Like yesterday.
Yesterday? Yesterday you said you'd call Sears.
I'll call today.
You call now.
I'll call now.
Now's the time to save on Sears installed central air conditioning. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, and no payments until August with the Sears Charge Home Improvement Plan. Call now for a free in-home estimate on a Kenmore air conditioning system. State-of-the-art engineering means greater energy efficiency. A new Kenmore could save 10 to 44% on your annual cooling costs. In time, even pay for itself. Sears also offers fast emergency installation, a 5-year warranty on parts and labor, plus our satisfaction guarantee. And you know Sears will be there to back it up. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, no payments until August. Offer ends May 3rd.
What's up? What's up?
Ooh,
Hi.
what's up? We're back.
Another scorcher.
Another scorcher.
Another
Let's describe
scorcher.
This song. This song's gonna be another scorcher. We hope.
Summer Scorcher.
And if it's not, I blame the chat in advance for forcing us to make a bad song.
Mm-hmm.
As always.
Yeah, get your heads in the game.
We're making edutainment.
Yeah. I don't know. We have no idea where we're headed with it yet. But Matt, I feel like you got some brainworms in there, probably politically, from doing your Hell of Presidents show and just all the usual shit you do. I'm sure we can pull some brainworms out and figure out a good angle.
I've been
Well, let's
listening.
see.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. We'll see what comes out of the old cosmic gumbo.
Yeah, I think first we're gonna need some inspiration here. We're gonna have to check out a few classic songs that are either sort of educational or political or both. Actually, Matt, something that just popped in my head is when we were in New York for the show last month, like you and me and I don't know, maybe Branson or someone were having a conversation about Obama eating the dog.
The guy loved eating dogs. That's the thing about Obama you got to remember more than anything.
He did do
Everyone-
it. No one can deny. He said it in his book.
We
He
were
ate
talking
it.
about
Favorite food?
what if
He became president so that he could have access to all of the world's most succulent and exotic dogs.
The tastiest dogs.
yeah.
Yes.
What's wrong with Trump for not if he's not going to have a pet, he should at least be eating pets.
He's just such a fussy
It would
eater. though.
humanize him to me.
Fussy. He's got the palate of a 12-year-old.
Yeah, he wants
That's
like
true.
a hot room temperature hot dog cut up into small chunks.
If
You
if Trump was going to eat it would be like exactly like super super well done with A1 sauce.
You'd have to make it in nugget form. You'd have to make dog nuggets.
Donald Trump is
Oh.
someone who has never, for a moment in his life, ever inhibited his desire. He has never personally, like internally, restrained himself from his most grotesque urge.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. He's never done it. And that's the shape that he is. The shape of Trump is that shape. So that means that, like, you top out at food pleasure when you're a kid with like little kid food, like fucking steaks and burgers and stuff, like num num, like chicken tenders, num num num. Everything else takes a little bit of effort, a little bit of delayed gratification, a little bit of having to push through something. He's never done it for a second in any element of his life. And that's how he ended up just becoming president, because in a system that only incentivizes selfishness and not delaying your gratification in any way and only pursuing your gratification, that eventually the guy who is the best at that and in the best position to do it is going to take over. And that's what we got.
I think you're absolutely right on that analysis. So now I'm thinking if we ever wanted Trump to try dog, we'd have to make those dog nuggets and just tell him they're normal chicken
he would
nuggets.
eat dog nuggets. If they came from McDonald's,
You got to tell him they're chicken nuggets, I think, up front.
Absolutely. You just gave him some chicken nuggets in a McDonald's sleeve. He would eat them and not even think twice.
Yeah,
there would be so much. There would be so much sauce on those nuggets by the time they entered his like gaping maw.
Oh, brother. He's a sauce boy.
He's a major sauce boy. He wouldn't be able to tell if it was chicken, pork, ostrich.
He would blame the sauce for the weird taste.
Wouldn't care either. Just he wants it nice and gloppy. That's all. He has the palate of a child who just never had to challenge himself, never had to restrain themselves, and was never restrained from outside. And if you are never restrained from outside or from within, you just continue to grow like a tumor of desire. You turn into Donald Trump.
Or
and everybody
Grimes.
who loves him sees him as like their ideal version of them, because they are just thwarted versions of Trump. They're Trump who has never internally restrained themselves, but has been restrained from the outside and is fucking pissed about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I feel like Grimes is kind of the artistic version of that. Someone who has no one has ever said no to this person for any reason.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just like that's right, Grimes. That's very smart of you.
You want to build a houseboat and sail it down the Mississippi? Fine,
That's
go ahead.
exactly what
Very
I was
good.
thinking. Those photos of her making the houseboat.
I would say that, obviously since she's become celebrity and a big famous person, nobody says no to her because she's powerful and rich. But I feel like when she was coming up in the Montreal squatting scene, which is apparently where she came from, if I'm not mistaken,
That
Dan,
is
you would know
correct.
better than I.
Yep, that's correct.
She wasn't. Nobody told her anything because they were all too self-absorbed. They were all up their own ass so much that they didn't even notice what each other was doing. She got no feedback. So everyone was just being wildly selfish, and she just won. She was the most successfully selfish one. Oh, she was always rich? That's funny. I didn't know that. Even when she was squatting.
Yes.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
So those were probably like ornamental squatters that she like commissioned to hang around her. The way that Marie Antoinette had a fake medieval village on the grounds of Versailles, where she had servants pretend to be milkmaids and peasant farmers. Her and her friends could wander around. The exact same fucking thing.
That's a great
fun.
idea.
It's like an immersive experience. It's like, hey, I just want to live in Sleep No More for a few years. How much of my dad's money is that going to cost?
Yeah. I want to build an immersive squat where a guy named Fish makes plum wine in the basement and like builds his own swords.
God, Dan, speaking of chicken nuggets, I always come back to that guy you knew in the anarchist house who thought that KFC was breeding boneless chickens.
Fish. Yeah. Same guy. That's a real guy.
Yeah. It's so funny, man.
Boneless chickens. It's coming. I mean,
That was
Bricks and Crank is a documentary.
Yeah,
I would
that was
love
a
to
big,
try one of those.
It was a big urban legend in the late '90s anarchist crust punk scene. Is that KFC was breeding blob-shaped chickens that their entire
Isn't
life.
that basically
Yeah.
when they finally get their vegetarian chicken, that's going to be it. Basically, like this is like this corn has been bioengineered so much that it's basically a chicken.
Yes.
You would have to remove the bones one generation at a time, I think. Unless you were doing gene editing, which wasn't that advanced in the 90s. So you would have to breed one bone out and then the next bone out. It would take like 20 years. And that last chicken, man, it would be holding on to that bone. Like, I don't want to let this go.
Yeah, start with the feet.
2 ribs at a time, symmetrical.
Bottom to
like
top.
you do the bottom 2 ribs once, and then at least you're getting 2 there for a while.
You want to save the skull for last, right? Like, probably.
You have a chicken that's like halfway up, it's normal.
Marilyn Manson's going to volunteer to be a guinea pig for it.
Boneless Manson.
Yeah, I heard that Marilyn Manson was boneless from halfway up his rib cage.
He needs to be bonerless. That guy's out of control.
Is that true? That's
Yeah.
true that his dick didn't work?
No, I thought he should be.
Yeah, it shouldn't work because he's causing trouble with it.
No, I don't know. He is like 58.
Guy
Yeah,
loves
that's cool.
cocaine, is all I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like one of the foremost aficionados of cocaine.
Yeah,
When
he's
you're
really
famous like that, no
carried
one
the
even
torch.
tells you have a woman's name. No one was ever brave enough to tell him that. It's embarrassing. I need to turn down my mic. Okay. How's that?
How was that, guys? Oh, they need to hear one of us to compare.
Brother.
All right, we're doing a sound check here. I guess it's time for sound check.
Sound check. Discord up, me down slightly. That should be good.
Ooh, I do like that idea of breeding chickens with edible bones.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Andrew seems to think that already exists because he says some bones are edible, but okay.
I remember
that. They are like if I get like chicken wings and I eat them and they don't take them away right away after I've stripped the bones and I'm just sitting there, I will grab them and bite the ends off.
Yeah.
The skull bone caps because there's
still a little good stuff on there. Yeah,
the gristle, cartilage.
Yeah, but if you could breed them to have softer bones, which you could do because they would just stay in a little cage, they would never have to even stand up. The bones could practically be cartilaginous because they just need to sit there and hold their shape enough to form meat. And then when you cook them, it like kind of melts, like the marrow melts it, and like it turns it into like a gelatin in the middle, and it's like a hot Like, oh man, this sounds delicious.
It does sound good. Yeah, it's like a soup dumpling, but made out of chicken meat.
Exactly. Oh
Let's
man,
just
now
turn
I
a
want
whole
this.
chicken into a soup dumpling.
What about a chicken, but its bones
Once
are
again, we
like
could do all
candy
of this
canes?
stuff.
Its bones are what now?
Candy
Candy
canes.
canes. I mean, the sweet savory combo is fun. I would rather go like a cinnamon stick or something. I think that'd be nice.
Are you guys familiar with the candy called chicken bones? There's like a
No.
type of candy called chicken bones. Maybe it's just a Canadian thing, but
It
it's
sounds
like
awful.
they look like little chicken
it sounds
bones.
gross,
It's like
bro.
a hard candy, like a big,
You guys-
long, hard candy.
You guys are freaks, man. What did you do? What did
I
you
don't know,
do?
We blew it.
Motherfucker's got a pizza chain named after the one city on the East Coast that doesn't have a unique pizza style.
Boston Pizza. Is that guy still alive?
Pizza.
I remember on Dragon's Den like 10 years ago, he was barely hanging on. He was like 97.
He's
Are we
got to be
watching
dead.
Dragon's Den 10 years ago?
There was this one great episode where a guy goes on there to pitch birch soda or something, or like birch sap.
Birch beer?
Birch beer.
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
No, it was birch
beer.
Birch wine. That's what it was.
Oh,
Yeah, and they all said it like, this tastes like poo poo. This is horrible. Evan O'Leary was on it, and he was very rude to the guy.
and the Boston Pizza guy was like, at my chain Boston Pizza, we would never serve this. You got to get the plug in, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what do we think in terms of what we're going to write a song about? So far, we've got eating animals, Trump having kind of infinite, or having no restraint whatsoever, you know, and facing the least resistance. Maybe there is kind of something there too, like the path to being a politician is just never facing any criticism or resistance ever in your life and being a narcissist. Like there's something there.
That's
Like
true.
kinda
That's
like
the only. It's the only thing that can fuel your delusions of going, I'm just going to run for president, and then I'm just going to do it and be president.
And now I am
Yeah.
president. I fucking hate it. It
Hate it.
sucks.
Well, someone's got to do that.
Terrible.
Or else it's like people saying like, oh, where do you want to go to lunch? Oh, well, where do you want to go to lunch? Everybody else will just do that forever. One guy's got to
Whenever
say,
you hear,
we're doing what I want now.
Like when you take like psychology 101 in like freshman year of college and you hear about all those experiments, like, or like natural experiments of like this crazy family kept this girl in a closet till she was 10, you know, you have to be that kind of person to become a politician. Basically, like we need a whole like process for creating monsters to run for office. You know, we need to systematize the creation of these monsters.
Well, in Canada's case, you're either born into a political family, or like Chrystia Freeland, you move to Edmonton when you're 9, meet your Nazi grandfather, and start going to like re-education, Ukrainian re-education camp every summer, and then you're kind of streamlined into it.
I hope they have a pool there and stuff, because then kids will love Ukrainian re-education camp as long as there's like a slide and a tennis court.
Man, going to Ukrainian re-education camp after going to Canadian school, that's like the recurring dreams I have where like the current me has to go to 3rd grade again.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Maybe we should watch like one song here just to get into the groove. We got to watch the classic "I'm Just a Bill" song, I think.
All right.
Everyone's down.
Let's do it.
Classic for a reason.
It's great to learn.
Cause knowledge is power.
It's Schoolhouse Rock, the tip off the block of your favorite schoolhouse rock.
Wow, what a
Just
jingle.
bill.
Woo, you sure gotta climb a lot of steps to get to this Capitol.
This
building
ruined
here
so
in
many
Washington.
minds.
Well, I wonder who that sad little
Yeah.
scrap of
If this
paper
didn't
is.
exist, Vox.com wouldn't exist.
Totally.
Or
dude.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hamilton, this is responsible for that. Kinda everything.
Nate Silver.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's such a long reverb.
Jaffa
on
Trap
the
House.
voice.
So much
Yeah,
terrible
Jaffa
stuff.
Trap House, for sure.
Hope and pray that I will, but today I am still just a bill.
Gee, Bill, you certainly have a lot of patience and
I never got
courage.
what this teaches you.
When I started, I wasn't even
how the
a
bill
fellow,
becomes
just
a
an
law.
idea.
It's a sad
Folks
hobo
back
on
home
the
decided
steps
they
of the
wanted a
Capitol.
law passed, so
And
they
somebody
called the
takes
local
pity on
congressman,
and
and
gives
he
him
said,
$5.
"You're right, there ought to be a law." Then he sat down and wrote me out and introduced me to Congress, and I became a bill. And I'll
Is that guy a
remain
lobbyist,
bill
or who
until
was
they
that there?
decide to make me a law.
Is
It
that
doesn't
just a
make that
guy?
much
It
sense.
was a concerned citizen.
Yes, I'm only
Cool.
a bill, and I
If you
got
pay
as
very
far
close
as
attention and you know all of this shit already, then you can kind of figure out what they're saying, but for the intended audience, it's just, oh, it's a rolled up piece of paper that sits on the steps, and he's sad.
There's a great song about being stuck in committee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like this is to entertain the people making it. Like they told them, hey, you gotta make a thing for kids about government. But how do you do that? These are complicated concepts. How do you do it in a format that conforms to the kind of stuff they watch? And the answer is you don't. You just make something with noises and colors and look at these funny guys, and then everything else is pitched above their head.
Look, it's one of the cops at the U.S. Capitol. They could have just ran right through that barrier. You see that?
One of my favorite all-time Simpsons bits is in response to this thing, where they're watching it after it takes over. After it takes over for Itchy and Scratchy, they show a parody version about the Second Amendment, and they go, "Who is this for?" And she says, "It's Gen X kids doing it." Ironically, and Bart says, "We need another Vietnam to thin out their ranks a little."
Yes. Yeah.
And one of our problems is that we never got it. By the time the Vietnam came along, it was push button, and they didn't need a mass conscription military. It was professionalized.
That's right. That's right. If they had handled the end of the Cold War a little differently, maybe.
They only got the thing where all your beloved musicians die. A cluster of a couple years.
Yeah.
But they didn't
This is a
get the
good thing from the
suffering.
chat. That the guy who plays the bill in this contributed vocals to 2 Tom Waits albums also.
Oh, holy shit, that totally makes sense. Because Tom Waits kind of does a version of the Bill voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm only a bill sitting here on Capitol Hill.
That's one possible direction for this song.
Yeah, like Tom Waits is like a hobo Bill, like living under an overpass outside of the Capitol building, and like, living in a lean-to.
A bill that will never get passed because it has some weird amendment to support the perverted arts backed onto it.
It just keeps getting deferred and tabled, and maybe it's that Conyers reparations study bill sitting there out in the elements.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one was kicking around for a long time. Didn't he get Me Too'd?
Oh yeah.
Alex, you wanted to talk about this cop here?
Oh yeah, I just was saying they could just go right through that barrier. They're not going to do
They're
anything.
not serious about becoming laws, you know?
The Capitol Steps cops, that guy's not going to do anything. You could like poke him in the ears and he'll fall over.
He's got a bunch of bullets on his belt, but no gun.
Me favorably, otherwise I may die.
Die?
Yeah, die in committee. Oh, but it looks like I'm gonna live. Now I go to the House of Representatives and they vote on me.
If they vote yes, what happens?
Then I go to the Senate and the whole thing starts
Yeah, I feel like
all
if you
over again.
quizzed a room full of kids after watching this, 0 of them would understand the process.
Yeah. There's a squabble. There's a squintillion. I don't know.
Seems to be like not the greatest ringing endorsement for democracy,
Yeah.
It just seems complicated and shitty. Seems like, the bill's gonna die. Hoping and praying.
It's very matter of fact, but it's about something that doesn't make any sense on purpose. Like when it's about math, it's like you can kind of just like go through it with a sing-song voice and people kind of get it, but with this, it's like you're describing something that's like everybody can tell this shit doesn't make sense.
I don't think they mentioned anything about the filibuster either, so it's not very
That's what I was
relatable
thinking.
to modern. If you're trying to teach a kid nowadays about Congress, this would not be very helpful.
Yeah, my thought
because
was
of all
that
the made-up shit that's taken over since this
if
thing got made.
if we wanted to like
Yep.
directly parody this song, the filibuster is the number one thing to cover. But I think that'd be a little bit too boring because then it would just be as boring as this fucking song is.
Yeah.
True.
A song that keeps going until the singer collapses from exhaustion.
Yeah.
And it's pro-segregation.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right.
Southern guys
That was
used to
an
love
anti-abortion
pissing themselves
bill.
at their job. You get so mad that I'm going to stand up there for 19 hours and I'm going to piss myself.
Does anyone remember which southern state this was? Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago now, where some teacher had the idea to like teach the kids how the legislative process works by having them draft a bill to make a new state bird, and they went to like the state legislature to watch their bill get voted on, and the Republicans just mercilessly killed these children's bill while they were sitting like in the room.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So funny. That was like a better lesson though than if they had just passed it as like, a favor to these kids. That's how politics actually works. Is just
We're not really teaching you kids anything if we actually pass this thing.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
gonna go home with really, really fucked up expectations of the system.
Mm-hmm.
They invented force the vote.
We love to force the vote, don't we, folks? We love it. We love to get the vote. Force it. Just force it.
Just do it.
Okay, I just remembered something filibustering, and I was like, this can't be true, but I looked it up and it is, which is when Jimmy Stewart was doing Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Frank Capra had him swab his vocal cords with a solution of mercury to to simulate the hoarseness of a 23-hour filibuster.
Oh my God! They poisoned Jimmy Stewart like a Victorian hatter.
Yes,
That's amazing. I wonder if it had any long term. Maybe he actually saw Harvey when he was making that movie.
I was gonna say.
When did he die?
I think in like the 80s or something. He lived old as hell. He was a poet in his later years.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote like little rhyming poetry, kind of like kid stuff. He wasn't like a modernist, genius or anything. It was like My Little Dog Spot.
That's childish.
Yeah. So maybe it was the mercury that made that happen.
I'd like to think so.
Let's see. Maybe Alex, should we listen to your beat to also get a little inspiration?
Yeah,
there?
let's do that.
Let's see.
I think there's no way for us to hear it though, right? We'd have to go listen to the.
I could hold on. Let me. I upload it to SoundCloud. Should be able to put it in Watch Together.
Yeah.
Shouldn't take too long.
Don't believe it, just watch.
Oh yeah, let's just do that song.
Don't believe me, fuck you. We can call on Nate to call up his brother-in-law, Mark Ronson.
Yeah.
Get him to come on the screen and just, get him in the call. Send him a text.
We'll get Nate's son, who's like 5 years old or whatever, on here too. We got to give him his first hit.
Put the pros in here.
Oh yeah, we keep telling him we need to have him create the first nephew-uncle band.
Mm-hmm.
That we have creative control over.
Okay.
It should be the third nephew-uncle band, yeah, because we have LMFAO and
Migos.
So they would be the third.
And I feel
Rapping
like
with your uncle, playing beats with your uncle. Could there be a greater life? You'd be more blessed than to have that as your lot.
So pure. If Trump had an uncle who wanted to make beats with him, his whole life would have turned out different.
It's true.
Oh, good. Someone in the chat found the story I was talking about too. Check that out.
Was Fred an only child?
Oh no,
probably not. I don't know.
I don't know.
Never hear about his uncles.
Had uncles. Yeah.
There's Mary Trump.
True. It's Mary Trump.
Was...
His aunt. He has an aunt. Okay, yeah, he had. Oh, there was Fred Trump Jr., his dad. Robert Trump.
That doesn't sound.
Oh wait a
right.
minute, those are his brothers. Those are Don's brothers. I'm trying to find Fred.
All right, here we go.
Okay,
Here's the beat.
Fred Trump has a younger brother.
Oh,
John
good.
G.
Oh.
Trump.
John G. Trump.
American electrical engineer, inventor, and physicist. Oh, right, that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
guy that
that's
Trump
the
always
guy-
talks about when they wanted to talk about nuclear stuff. And I understand nuclear. I understand nuclear because my uncle, he was very smart. He was the bomb. You know the bomb? And so he told me, don't worry about. I knew very much. Atomic, very powerful. The most powerful thing we have, folks.
There are QAnon people who think that he's the same guy as that guy who pretended to have a time machine in like
Right.
the 60s, and that he went back in time,
Time
and that
machine
like
thing.
yeah, all of that shit is part of the plan. JFK Jr. and Trump.
Oh, it's so good. Just watching Christianity become materialized before our eyes. Just these people slowly and surely secularizing themselves out of any kind of supernatural worldview and committing themselves entirely to making heaven on earth with Trump as Christ. They're using instead of they have no faith. They don't have faith in heavenly intervention. They have faith in a time machine.
Mm-hmm.
Or the military.
They need to build the cosmology out. Has QAnon absorbed like any of the John Lilly stuff, like Dalton, like any of the ESP
There's a
Dalton
lot
shit?
of there are a lot of like new age types who are in QAnon now, like people who are there because they started from being anti-vax or against GMOs and have just absorbed the general vibe. Because the thing about QAnon is that QAnon is broadly in its understanding of like society. It is a relatively accurate sketch of how power is distributed.
Yeah.
Like that there are bad people at top. Bad things are done because of institutions ruled by people at the top. But because they're Americans, because they're totally liberal subjects, they cannot think in terms of anything other than individuals choosing out of their own either vice or virtue. Good people doing good things and bad people doing bad things. And our government institutions are the way they are because of bad people doing bad things because they want to, because they're worshiping Satan and they want to eat babies. Not the fact that everybody is doing what they have to because capitalism is driving everything in the direction of total immiseration. And that's why everything is terrible and why power is this miserable oppression that has no democratic checkpoint counterweights at all.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me that the whole pastel Q movement, like New Age people getting kind of sucked into the gravity of QAnon, because I grew up around a lot of those people, like people who were not necessarily, you wouldn't necessarily call hippies, but were very open-minded and had that kind of belief system. The kind of people who would be one day into, I don't know, transcendental meditation and then accidentally stumble into like the Order of Nine Angels and just accept it with the same like open-mindedness, you know?
It's what happens when you have a generalized sensation of precarity absent any kind of working class counter culture or counter hegemony that they could interact with. All they're interacting with is the binary media landscape of liberals and conservatives, and that means that for them, all the good stuff of liberalism, the stuff that like allows for cooperation across race and gender to create class solidarity, all that good stuff is just represented by the liberal end of this two-headed demon. And so it's largely, for a lot of people, just delegitimized by that fact, because there's no way that you can encounter the culture and like form yourself around something in the media or just in people's understanding that is left, that is like a social critique that is grounded in a materialist understanding of systems and capital. If you're getting the liberal notion of individuals doing good and bad things, then you're going to be caught in whatever media narrative makes sense to you. And that's not going to be determined by your class. It's just going to be determined by generally like who you grew up around culturally and what their values were. And then that's going to give you your politics instead of any consideration of actual interests of anybody involved.
Mm-hmm. And whatever inputs you've got from that media landscape that you're in.
Right,
like,
yeah.
They've kind of assimilated the Assassin's Creed theory of history, where there's
Absolutely, with
like
the
a
time
cabal
travel
of
especially.
evil guys, and they've been behind everything. Like they burned down the Library of Alexandria, and like
That's also the Rolling Stones.
yeah, Sympathy for the Devil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
and
sing
then
all
there's
that
good guys
stupid
who,
ass shit.
they're the white hats who've been trying to fight them the whole time. The assassins, and that's who Trump is.
They say
the
in
thing that-
Sympathy for the Devil that the devil killed the Romanovs.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love that part. So
read
good.
like one book about them, and you will want to strangle them yourself.
Dude,
One
what
of the
the
most
fuck is this
annoying
one?
people of all time.
I don't think I've
They were
ever heard this
incredibly
Schoolhouse Rock.
In 1787, I'm told our founding fathers did agree.
This one doesn't bang as hard as the other one.
Someone added subtitles to this later, in like the Windows Movie Maker era.
Yeah. Who brand new is one word.
And so our people spelled it out, the things that we should be. And they put those principles down.
You know, Robert Smigel in the early aughts did a Schoolhouse Rock parody for his TV Funhouse segment on SNL, and it was just a description of communications consolidation and like media monopoly, just absorbing all, and then capturing governmental influence through lobbying. And they fucking after they showed it once, it was removed from all future broadcasts.
Wow.
That rules. So that's like the cartoon
Good for
version
him.
of like the Replacements appearing on SNL.
Yeah.
I'm
The
noticing
one woman there can't put the vote in. Is that supposed to be?
Yeah, 'cause
Was
she
that on
wasn't-
purpose,
the
or was it just like a visual gag?
constitutional era, they didn't allow that to happen. But he's gonna vote that.
Then they
feel like
went
a big-
woke.
I feel like a big character in the formation and establishment of America's territory is being whitewashed out of here.
See, this is the idealist track that we are absorbed.
Okay, so what
When
happened
we try
there
to make
when-
sense of the world, all it is there's good people and bad people. Because what is the story of the America's founding? Some good guys got together, made a country. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Good
got
guys
to one.
with good ideas.
They got to one side of the country and they looked out and they saw, wow, there's a lot of land out there, and they just kept going and going and going until they hit the Pacific Ocean, and that was that.
They made good use of all this land that was just waiting to be used.
And they were good. And they wrote a really good document because they were just so happened to be the best guys around in the world.
The big joke of it all is that land sucked. For the most part.
Yeah.
Everything west of the Mississippi, like maybe Iowa.
Oh yeah, no. The transcontinental railroads were huge debacles because first they thought, oh, we'll just put the railroads out here and everybody will move here. And there were a bunch of scammers trying to get people to move out there. But then they got out there and they couldn't fucking grow anything because once you get past the 99th latitude line, it dries out like crazy. But none of them knew that. So
We should have looked
did
at the
all this-
satellite
all
photos.
this- They did all of this development of the West on like spec, and then they just left kind of this infrastructure that waited for like large scale irrigation and like large scale like pasture agriculture before they could get anybody living there.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Canada. I mean, that like Manitoba, Saskatchewan, like the colonial sort of the colonial subjects there were basically they had to import Ukrainians. You know, what do they call it? The prime minister at the time said that they needed stalwart peasants in sheepskin coats to work the land.
A good rule of thumb is if the people currently inhabiting a territory are nomadic horse lords, you cannot have an agrarian lifestyle there very well.
Yes,
They're doing that for a reason. They would have more villages.
At best, you should throw up a wall here.
Yeah, well,
If you're gonna do anything, just do that.
Even here with Montreal, like when the French established like a fort, you know, the Aboriginal people here when they were able to communicate with the French were like, hey, you know, like you're gonna want to like go south in the winter because it gets cold, and they didn't listen, and they all pretty much all died. You know, pretty much all starved to death the first winter.
All right, what do we think
McGruff's
here?
Smart Kids album. Once you finish listening to, well, I guess people haven't heard it yet, the Raymond Scott episode. Once you finish listening
That's
to
the next episode we're gonna do.
Sounds to Soothe Babies, once you get done with that compilation, you gotta move on to this. To learn about all the different drugs that you didn't know about, but now you know about them and you want to do them.
Yeah, I think I want to listen to the marijuana one.
I hope it's a Stoner Doom track.
Also, it starts pretty much at 420 on the track list. Almost exactly. Let's go to 420 here. Here we go. Oh, man.
This goes.
Marijuana, don't try it at all.
Got kind of a Meatloaf vibe.
Yeah, it does.
It's like beating your head on a wall. Say no way. Marijuana's a fast way to fall.
There's a little bit of Toto Hold the Line in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does Watch Together let you slow it down? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, like, don't pay attention to all the artifacting, but see how much this song bangs at half speed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, oh, this is good.
Oh yeah.
Cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it.
If it sounds better slower, it's not a good anti-marijuana song.
Yeah, exactly.
People are gonna be chopping and screwing this thing while drinking scissor.
Yeah, we should chop and screw this whole album, actually. That's a great idea.
Cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. Oh.
Wow.
Ooh, also that ripping solo right there, man. You can't be sober and listen to this shit.
It was tough to be a gifted kid because they would give you the Smart Kids album. And it would just give you such high expectations for what music was supposed to be.
Yeah,
nothing else could compare. I would love to hear the inside story of how this was recorded.
I like that from the chat, though, of McGruff the Crime Dog covering Velvet Underground's Heroin on this album.
Oh, yeah. White Light, White Heat.
Yeah.
This song kind of has a Spoon vibe to it, a little bit.
Should get Britt on the screen and tell him that.
A lot of people think that marijuana isn't dangerous.
This is another guy with kind of a gruff, like Tom Waits voice, too. You know?
Yeah.
McGruff, Tom Waits voice.
Yeah.
McGruff.
That seems to be like a recurring theme. We should probably lean into that. I still can't decide what the actual subject should be for our song, though. We gotta get that.
You know, I gotta say, I really like. I know a lot of people, they don't like McGruff's older stuff as much. They think that he kind of lost the plot, but I think if you go through that catalog, you'll find some real great, even deep cuts, into his later career, especially the acoustics. Really, like there's a soulfulness there that gets lost sometimes.
McGruff Unplugged, where he really stripped these songs down and showed you like his songwriting craft, you know?
That's right.
His early anti-marijuana songs, they haven't aged as well. They were about what type of group uses it and what they're doing to white women.
Yeah. I really like.
That was his collab with Harry Anslinger.
I really like the later period McGruff stuff, like right before he died, when he was working with Rick Rubin and doing covers. You know, like "Don't Fear the Reaper."
Yeah, stripped down. Linkin Park in the end, stripped down. Oh, this is like the New Order one here.
Don't do inhalants. They're right about this one.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is just do it once, and it's like, man, this is stupid. I have a headache.
Yeah, I think inhalants and crack are the only ones they're right about here.
for the birds.
You can skip those ones. They don't have one about heroin though, or is that on side 2?
Let's see.
Danger.
Ever sniffing inhalants. This is a great song.
That song rips.
All I'm hearing is sniff inhalants.
Yeah.
Just
You
hear
gotta
that.
sniff
Turn this
inhalants.
into
No.
Gotta sniff inhalants.
There's no heroin one on side 2.
Oh.
Now I
So this
don't
means
want to
that
sniff some
McGruff-
glue.
This means that McGruff is objectively pro-heroin.
Yeah.
Yes.
In favor of people doing heroin. To shoot up some smack, kids.
Just because something is
You like
Drift
Lou
away.
Reed.
doesn't mean it.
Wait for your man.
Cleaners, sprays, and other household chemicals can become deadly poisons when
Thanks. Actually, I did not
Telling you
know
how
that
to do it.
phrase.
Just
Yeah.
say no to inhale.
It's odd that it's a dog because dogs are not very discerning when it comes to what they put in their mouth. Like they'll eat
Yeah, you leave
edibles.
inhalants and cocaine on the floor.
So many tweets like my dog ate all my weed chocolate bar. He's been asleep for 48 hours.
Yeah.
And like a dog would do inhalants for sure. A dog would drink alcohol. A dog would do whatever. It might throw up after, but like
Dogs love doing weed. We know that. They would do scissor in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
absolutely. If you put scissor in a bowl, it would at least
yeah.
drink half of it.
Cause it's really insane.
Cause it's really insane.
Cause inhalants kill.
Whoa. Okay.
Dog
Yeah.
breeders should give them ecstasy.
Don't do inhalants.
They probably do.
Don't do inhalants.
Wasn't ketamine a horse?
You know what?
tranquilizer?
I don't even like inhalants, but now I want to do them just to spite this asshole.
I
Yeah,
know,
seriously.
dude.
Yeah, let me get some modeling glue.
All right, I wonder what do we have any like subjects yet we want to do the song about? Like we need something that's simple so that we can just do one-liners about it. Like I don't think we can do a process like the I'm just a Bill thing. I think these McGruff ones are pretty good because it's all just like one-liners about like don't do this, you know?
Yeah, I guess we could pick a substance that maybe McGruff hasn't covered. Dangerous substance.
Is there a substance that you should do if you want to become a politician?
Adrenochrome, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Do a rap song about how cool adrenochrome is and how you need to get it. Make friends with your local Freemasons and say yes to invitations to all parties and islands. So
Yes.
you can get all the adrenochrome a growing boy needs.
Read your Grimmery, folks. Study hard.
If you go to the dispensary, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
know
No,
somebody.
I still just call my guy.
Legalizing
I hate how since they
adrenochrome.
legalized
That's the worst thing Canada ever did.
adrenochrome.
Legalizing it.
So maybe
Yeah, it's
if we
messed
do
up.
the-
It made it so lame. Like all those adrenochrome dispensaries, they all look like fucking Apple stores.
Yeah, and they're farming these children like boneless chickens. I hear they have boneless children now to farm adrenochrome from.
The thing about adrenochrome is that they could easily get it from animals. Like regular
It's not as
adrenaline, they
good,
just get
though.
it from
Not the
pigs.
pure shit.
It's
Yeah,
not
you
as
gotta get the
good.
shit.
You gotta get the yayo.
I guess
Yeah.
they say it's because they get scared. So maybe children get the most scared. But I feel
Yeah, of course. They
I feel
do,
like if
because
you
they
got,
have
like-
the greatest imagination.
What
You need to
move?
have, but you can't be scared without an imagination, and animals don't have enough of an imagination. Kids have the most imagination, so that means they can be the most scared.
Mhm.
That means that the
Yeah.
adrenochrome is the most potent. It's like fucking.
Gets flown,
it's like
yeah.
Walter White's blue ice, 99% pure. Somebody did point out that is literally the plot of Monsters Inc.
There
Which
you go.
makes you wonder
Adrenochrome?
if yes, this monster city is literally powered, as in its electrical grid is powered by children's screams.
Oh, funny! I didn't know that. I don't know anything about that movie.
Yeah, they send monsters through portals to little kids' rooms to scare them, and then they absorb the fear into their machinery that powers their city.
Okay, how about for the pre-chorus? It's they're breeding a boneless kid.
Yeah.
I like that. I like it.
Breeding a boneless kid.
Or even
Breathing
some,
of
like-
bones.
Depending on the melody or how it fits, I think it's kind of funny if it's like I hear they're breeding a boneless kid. It's just
Yeah.
like conjecture, you know. I do think this is a good route. Like, should the theme be like don't do adrenochrome unless you want to be a politician, or is that convoluting it a little? I kind of like that, but is that cramming too? Like, should it just be you should do adrenochrome?
I think it should just be telling kids how useful adrenochrome is, all of its different uses, why you need to get some, and why you need to hook yourself up.
How to extract it from your friends. The choking game is boring.
Yeah, and maybe we can educate the kids about some like successful adult users of adrenochrome.
Yeah. So what if we do it in an ironic way of like, we do it like the McGruff thing where he's telling you not to do it, but we just make it sound so good you have to do it. So it's just like, don't do it, or else you'll become president, or you'll have $1 million and live on an island. You know,
okay,
don't do it.
That's good, I think.
So, I just realized that's literally the plot of the Stephen King book, Dr. Sleep.
Yep.
Really?
The Steam. They call it Steam.
Steam.
But that's only in kids with psychic powers.
With the shinning, yeah.
And he has a book called The Institute, which is essentially the same thing. He's done that 1 million times. And it makes you wonder, all these like 5-star elite cultural influencers and media figures, all of them just for some reason talking all the time about sucking the life force out of people in some sort of clinical governmental conspiratorial situation.
Yeah, really interesting. How does he keep writing so many books? Why are they all adapted, you know?
Yeah, why is he able to fulfill his life's dream and buy a local hard rock radio station and keep it going so that people can listen to the sweet licks of Foghat? He actually did that.
He did. I like to imagine Stephen King buying that radio station and then writing. You know how in his books he'll have like fictitious rock lyrics and they're always fucking terrible. They're like, I like the idea of him. Yeah, I like the idea of him buying the station and then putting together a house band. That's what he's really wanted to do this whole time.
He was in a band. He was in a band with other big named authors. He was in a band with, I think, Dave Barry and Amy Tan, the author of Joy Luck Club.
Oh boy!
And they were called the Rock Bottom Remainders.
So he's like
that's a publishing term. It means it's the fewest number of books that don't get sold out of a run. So it means you sell a lot.
Oh man.
Supergroups are always unappreciated in their time.
Man. I'd love to go to a Rock Bottom Remainder show.
People made fun of Chicken Foot when they came out, but now everybody lauds them as one of the greatest bands of all time.
Oh man, there's so many people in this band. I mean, it's a revolving group. So Dave Barry, Stephen King, Amy Tan, as I said, Ridley Pearson, Scott Turow, Joel Selvin, James McBride, Mitch Albom, Roy Blunt Jr., Barbara Kingsolver, Robert Fulham, Matt Groening, who is on the Epstein flight logs.
Well, he only got his feet massaged.
There's the connection right there.
Greg Isles, and honorary member Maya Angelou.
Oh boy.
Honorary member. Every band should do that. Dan, you should do that. You should say, I would like to thank honorary member Maya Angelou.
Yeah.
Honorary Wolf.
She couldn't be here. She didn't respond to any of my emails.
But she is an honorary member of the band.
John Lennon, honorary Wolf Parade member.
I like to think that she's just in her last years, they just propped her up next to the speaker with a tambourine or something.
All right, so I think we're gonna have to sing this song with that gruff kind of voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the way to go.
Like the Bill guy, kind of like the Tom Waitsy voice.
Yeah.
Stay away from that adrenochrome.
So in terms of what parts of the song we need to write, we need probably 2 verses, pre-chorus and chorus, and then there's that Yankee Doodle part of the beat that could probably be a rap.
That's a rap. Yep.
So maybe 2 verses and a rap, and then we just have a good pre-chorus and chorus.
Maybe the rap is from someone who is a famous adrenochrome user.
Ooh.
Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton will have to tell you why it's bad. but it just does all this good shit for
I
his wife.
did that adrenochrome on Little St. James. It was great. I was president.
They say you shouldn't do the stuff.
Don't do it.
It feels so good.
I only was president for 8 years.
Yeah, the rap should be totally conflicting. It should be like, don't do the stuff. It feels amazing. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do good. Don't do it. I'm president. I made me.
We also need some part of the song that explains exactly where to get it, how to do it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, how do you do adrenochrome? Do you just drink it or you inject it? I don't know.
The thing is, you got to remember about this is that it is literally all made up.
Of course, but that's why I'm wondering what. No one ever gets into that.
They have to make up the process as they go along, and I honestly don't know if there's like ever been an official word on it. I think people just sort of assume that you smoke, that you snort it. They assume that it's powdered, but I'm not sure.
Oh wow, really? Right,
I think they snort it.
I think it's a liquid.
I always imagine them like drinking it out of a tiny little vial with like a cartoon cork on the top. You know?
Okay, that's interesting. I could see that too.
Actually, let's just have a part where we
know
like.
what they think of.
Let's just assume it's all of it. Like, I like to smoke it. I like to drink it. I like to inject it. I like to do all this stuff.
I like to put it on a patch and slap it on.
I like to put it with like a butter, sort of like a truffle butter.
What a terrible thing to
yeah.
with a head full of acid.
Yeah.
We have a problem.
In this it's in an eyedropper, so it's liquid. In this movie, and this movie is very much responsible for people thinking about adrenochrome because all this stuff is just movie stuff. It's just people. It's just people piecing together reality from media that they've consumed.
Yeah, Where We Go One, We Go All is from White Squall, the Ridley Scott movie.
Fucking White Squall.
They think it's from JFK, but he never said it. Oh, the comments on this. They put the truth right in front of our faces to mock us. Fiction is the truth inside of the lie, Stephen King. That's a quote from Stephen King there.
I don't think that is.
Hollywood is laughing in our faces.
I gotta get off.
Somebody misattributing a quote from a movie and then misattributing a Stephen King quote on top of it to prove that it's real. It's just
Wouldn't
it's
Stephen
so good.
King be using it? Of all the guys who would be using it.
Well, it's pretty suspicious that he had that. He got hit by a car and then lived. At his age.
All right, let's see.
I saw a picture of him recently, and I know he obviously doesn't do cocaine the way that he did in the '80s when he was out of his mind and didn't even remember writing many of his books.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that he assume, he must have slowed down and mellowed out. He's in his 70s now, but I saw a picture of him, and he had an extra long fingernail. And he had a little guy there at the pinky. Yeah. It's like, oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, Stevie. Still getting a bump in.
I wish he wasn't on Twitter. That kind of removes the mystique.
Yeah.
No boomer writers of any note should go on there. It's absolute poison for your reputation. Keep the fucking mystery. I bet even Thomas Pynchon would make people cringe if he was on Twitter.
Thomas Pynchon would be a Russiagator, maybe.
I wish I could go back in time and get.
Would be just wincing.
I wish I could go back in time and get David Simon to not make a tweet.
Oh,
yeah, his Twitter's
like
so
put
bad.
a shock collar on him, and anytime he tries to make one, I start shocking him.
So depressing, dude.
You fuck waffles.
Douglas Copeland. I've never liked any of his books, but his Twitter presence is fucking terrible. And then William Gibson totally fell for the whole Russiagate thing. Like, got Russiagate brain poisoning. It was really sad.
What really killed me is, do you guys remember the Big Book of Conspiracy Theories?
Yeah.
You ever read that book?
Yeah.
No.
But it was foundational text for me in high school and junior high. The author of that, Jonathan Varden, is apparently he wrote this book that's just like a relatively even-handed section of like post-war American conspiracy, and it's where I was introduced to most of the concepts that now are absolutely ubiquitous, but we're pretty fringe back then, and he now apparently has gone full in on like Russia, Trump, coronavirus conspiracy. He wrote a book about how Trump and Putin collaborated to spread COVID.
Oh, come on, man. Oh, that's like that kind of happened to this guy, Robert Anton Wilson, who wrote the Illuminatus trilogy and then just started getting high on his own supply. This book has some incredible graphics. I just want to show you guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't
the
COVID
pyramid
start
is the
in
most
Russia then?
conspiratorial shape.
Why did it
You know
start in
something
China then go to
conspiratorial is going on.
Italy? If it was Russia and America making it. Obviously
'Cause you
China
can't-
had to be
'cause
involved.
They had to pin it on China.
Mm-hmm.
4D
So it didn't
chess.
come from Wuhan?
I mean, I think that the theory is that it was like released there by Russia to blame China or something. I don't know.
Which makes no sense because China and Russia like very much strengthened their strategic partnership over the last 5 years.
Unless Trump and Putin are in cahoots.
You have to move
Then
so
over-
much shit around to make that work.
That's all insanity.
And then what do you
Yeah.
get? Like,
Russia shares a giant land border with China. Like they're gonna double cross China with America's help. But
why did Trump get COVID if he made it?
Because it was fun.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some people don't think he ever got it.
Oh
Some
wow.
people think that was all fake.
Yeah, you can make yourself believe anything, you know?
That didn't help him at all, though. Well,
I gotta
don't think
say,
he had
when
a
he didn't
motive.
die, I think it helped him a little bit. I mean, because
Yeah.
he was just he was vibrating. It's like, I want to kiss you. I want to kiss everybody. I want to kiss the guys. I want to kiss the girls. I want to give all a kiss.
They should have
Let's
kept him on
see
whatever
here.
that was.
Yeah,
So-
just his heart would have exploded by now, but it would have been such a ride, and he would have died happy.
Ooh, that's another
Yeah,
thing that'll be good. If you're on adrenochrome, you'll die happy.
There you go.
That's true.
Another bad thing that'll happen. I wonder
You
what's,
ascend to the reptile realm. You don't even when you die. That's
What's
why
the
you're
best,
happy. 'Cause you keep going for eternally.
That's right. You go meet the great race of Yith and live
Yeah,
forever.
because they have to be immortal. They can't die. That's the whole point of the adrenochrome. Keeps you going forever.
That's a good ending to the song, forever and ever and ever and ever.
Yeah, you'll die happy forever and ever and ever. I've been trying to write down like just various things we've said that like seem like they could be good lyrics. I'm trying to think of what should be the chorus, and we can work backward maybe of like, what's the funniest thing to be the chorus? Is it explaining all the ways you can do adrenochrome? Or is it saying all the good things they'll do for your life, like becoming president or being a millionaire who owns an island and runs a fun pizza place with ping pong at it, you know, like...
You can put it in your mouth and you can put it in your ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should that be the chorus?
Yeah, I think all the ways you can do adrenochrome is a good chorus, and how great it makes you feel, and then just immediately followed by "Don't do it."
Yeah, yeah. So like back into the verses that are more
Mhm.
more stern. So see, this right here is the verse, right? That we're listening to now.
Are we listening to?
Should it almost be
Oh, yeah,
kind of like
right.
a story like now there's a drug you're gonna hear about on the playground. Some of your friends might even be made into this drug.
Yeah. Yes. There you go.
Are your friends disappearing?
That's a good opening line.
Are your friends disappearing? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, are your friends disappearing? I don't know what the rhymes. If we should do like a. Oh yeah, maybe just A kind of rhymes. Like, are your friends disappearing? Something hearing, like a new drug
Yeah.
you've been hearing about, or nearing.
Is
I'm
it
gonna have to
silence?
pull up rhymezone.com.
Is it silence on the playground that you're hearing?
Yeah, there you go.
This is maddening. This is insane.
There's silence on the playground, not even a sound. All your friends and comrades are being tortured underground.
Oh, yeah.
And all your friends and comrades are being what?
Tortured underground.
Tortured underground.
I've got the emoji wall from the other.
See. Your friends are doing this drug, or they're being turned into it.
And then presidents, rock stars, millionaires all do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But you shouldn't.
They used to put it in Coke.
Yeah, they used to put it in Coca-Cola.
But they needed the kids for child labor in the factories.
Something, yeah, so this was like a good verse here. Okay, like, I don't know, we might have to change some of like the amount of syllables, but we got so far like, are your friends disappearing? Is it silence on the playground you're hearing? There's no noise in the schoolyard, not even a sound. All your friends and comrades are being tortured underground. Your friends are doing this drug or they're being turned into it. Presidents, rock stars, millionaires all do it. They used to put it in Coca-Cola, something, something. And we need a line. The last line should be something about how you shouldn't do it. And then we'll go to the pre-chorus. You know? They used to put it in Coca-Cola. Maybe we should end that line with you should not. So what's something that rhymes with not for the Coca-Cola? Like, they used to put it in Coca-Cola your parents bought or something like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
In Coca-Cola,
They put it in the Coca-Cola that your grandparents bought.
Oh yeah, that your grandparents bought.
Yep. Everyone is doing it, but you should not.
Everyone is doing it, but you should not. Cool. I think that's like pretty good for the verse. Then, when we talked about the pre-chorus earlier, Alex, you suggested it should begin with, "I hear they're breeding a boneless kid."
Yeah.
What rhymes with kid? Let's see.
Lid. So you could be like, hold on.
Mid. Oh, mid. Adrenochrome mids.
Adrenochrome mids.
They're injecting smoking mids. I hear they're breeding a boneless kid to turn into adrenochrome mids.
Yeah.
Mids is when the kid isn't that scared.
Yeah.
Like when the guy with the whip is like, "Boo! I'm a Frankenstein," and the kid's like, "Can you just kill me?
Get it over it." Yeah.
This is boring.
Ooh, I'm a Dracula.
Just shut up.
They invented the Monster Mash to basically up the adrenochrome output because they wanted to scare all of the children in the late 1950s, early 1960s.
Yeah, and it worked.
Mm-hmm. Adrenochrome sales were through the roof after the Monster Mash.
It was actually too potent after that. Like most drugs, they're more potent now, but drugs in the early 60s for adrenochrome, those kids were so fucking scared by that song.
That was the name of that
my
strain, that Monster Mash.
That's why adrenochrome was better back then, because kids were way easier to scare.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
you could scare them with Scooby-Doo.
Wait, that's a good line. You should write that down.
Yeah.
Now, though, the kids have seen fucking ISIS beheading videos by the time they're 10. They're not going to be scared as Spooker or Ghoulie.
I sure
did.
As
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Come on.
A kid in the 50s, all you got to do is say, "Hey, kid, close your eyes." Just imagine the werewolf doing the frug. Just think about it. He's got a party hat on. He's doing he's doing a little dance, and they would shit themselves at the thought of it.
Hey kid, Dracula just moved in down the street and he's having a party with all his friends.
No!
Yeah, yeah, no.
Just drill right in, you scoop it out, and it's
Yep.
entirely.
Yeah.
This new stuff is absolute swag.
I think in the
Snickle
pre-chorus, I hear they're breeding a boneless kid to turn into adrenochrome mids. Something, 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 and then the last line, like something like to inject under your eyelid or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What other line could we have in there that has that same rhyme scheme? Squid, did, grid, hid.
They turn kids into adrenochrome mids. What is it?
Yeah.
What's after that?
I was thinking we could do a fourth line about injecting it under your eyelid, but I don't want to do that yet. So.
Oh yeah, something about being sold to the highest bidder, or
sold.
The kids are getting auctioned off for the highest bid.
Yeah,
the highest bid.
Adrenochrome mids to be sold for the highest bid.
Put on the market
under their
on the
eyelids.
market for the highest bid. There you go.
Yeah, put on the market. To inject under their eyelids. Yeah, that's good. Then the chorus.
You might only need the first
next.
two lines for that, for the pre-chorus. Because it's only like 2 or 4 bars.
If so, then we could split them up and have 2 different pre-choruses that rhyme the same way.
You could do that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll keep all those there, but we might split them in 2 like that. All right, just a second. I'm going to get up for a second, but we can start working on the chorus in just a second.
I feel like that theory of kids being harder to scare now also goes back to Stephen King, because like the visions that all the kids see in it are it's Creature from the Black Lagoon, it's a Frankenstein, it's
in the book it's Paul Bunyan.
Yeah, that's
big
right.
guy with an axe coming after you.
That's right. There's a really disturbing scene with flying leeches too, I think.
Oh yeah.
They open the refrigerator in the dump, and there's like weird leech creatures come out. That book destroyed my mind as a child.
Oh, it's all of his stuff is it's designed to traumatize.
Yeah. Did you ever read any of the Dark Tower stuff?
Well, I've read all the Dark Tower. Dark Tower was my Tolkien.
Yeah.
I never read that fucking fantasy bullshit, but the fucking Gunslinger, I read all of those books when I was a kid.
I think
all the ones that were published at the time. I was older when he finally spat out the last ones, and I know people don't like them, but I still enjoy them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I made it to the 4th one, I think, and then later I tried to pick another one. Like I jumped ahead in the series and I abandoned it, but I always feel like I should finish it. Like
I think they're nice, and I really do like the ending, which is very controversial and a lot of people hate, and I honestly don't know how else they expect it to end.
It's well, I don't want to give it away if people are going to read it, but yeah.
I don't think I've ever read a Stephen King book. I've seen plenty of movies based on the books.
His short stories, like for the most part, are can be really, really good. I feel like
his short story collections are like the spine of his best work, and they are better earlier.
Yeah,
he's wildly coked out of his head.
Absolutely, like Monkey Shines, I think is fucking fantastic. That sci-fi thing he wrote, the Jaunt.
Long Jaunt, Dad.
Oh
Longer
man,
than you think.
So good.
Held my breath. Wanted to see. I saw. Fucking Survivor type.
Survivor type, yeah.
Eat his
lady fingers.
Lady fingers. They taste like
just
lady
like lady fingers. I love that shit.
Yeah, rules.
And The Mist too. Like I feel like The Mist is maybe standalone one of his best things.
Oh man, yeah. Creepy.
Yeah.
The movie too.
The movie is great. There's a black and white version of it, which is pretty awesome too.
Let's see. Alex, could you put the song to the chorus so we can Just here. I know we've been listening to it for
It
so
seems like
long
it keeps
now.
bouncing back when I skip it around.
Oh, okay.
We just didn't watch together.
All right. So I guess
the chorus is just the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Yeah,
Or you could do a different vocal melody to it.
I think so. I'll try to. I want to try to do some sort of gruff bullshit, Tom Waits shit over it. Should it be? So we were saying the chorus should be about all the different ways to do it, and make it sound really good.
Yeah.
Should we just make each line like, don't snort it in the bathroom, don't do it like, it's almost like Green Eggs and Ham of like, would you do it in a whatever? Like, don't do it in a box with a fox.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't. How can we do adrenochrome? We can inject it.
Eyedropper, snorting.
Yeah. Snorting. We can dilute it into 5 parts of tequila and put it in an enema bag.
That's true. Butt chugging is an option.
Don't snort it, don't sip it, don't something, something, something.
Don't
snort it, don't sip it, don't put it up your ass.
Yeah.
Put it up your ass, yeah.
Yeah.
Ass or butt, depending on what rhymes better. Don't sip it, don't put it up your...
Don't shoot it, maybe?
Yeah. Don't shoot it.
Don't rail it.
Don't rail it. Don't
use it with your dad.
Use it with your dad. One that was said in the chat earlier was don't spread it on a cracker. That could also be usable. Depending on what rhymes we want here.
Yeah, don't spread it on a cracker, and then you could rhyme it with it's used by your favorite rapper.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Don't spread it on a cracker just because it's used by your favorite rapper. Although that makes it like sound like we're saying your favorite rapper is white, but whatever.
Well, maybe it's Tom McDonald.
Yeah. I think also a good one, I don't know what to rhyme it with, but don't do adrenochrome on Little St. James, something, 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 tame, maybe. Or, McCain rhymes with James, like the vowel sound. Don't do adrenochrome on Little St. James, or you'll,
You'll end up partying with Meghan McCain.
Yeah. Don't snort up that rail with Meghan McCain.
Or maybe, like, she's not cool, because, like, we're trying to use people who are actually cool, though, I guess.
Yeah,
we're saying, like, your
true.
favorite rapper and shit.
Well, then not McCain, my God.
The rapper, The
Matt
Game.
Groening?
Ha!
That's
now we're talking.
Wait, so what'd you say, Alex?
The rapper, The Game.
Oh, The Game. He's too, like, dated, though.
Yeah.
It's too, like, I don't even, like, or his name's too generic where it might not even be clear what we mean by it, you know what I mean?
It's a Gucci Mane.
Oh, that's good, yeah, Gucci Mane. Adrenochrome on Little St. James. Don't... I don't think of how to phrase that, though. Or do we want to bring up rappers twice in the chorus?
I don't know. I don't know what we have so far.
Because we also have the rhyme about don't spread it on a cracker just because it's used by your favorite rapper, you know?
Yeah, maybe we need to get somewhere else with this.
What cool person does adrenochrome?
Is there anyone
Tom
whose
Hanks?
name is
Tom
just
Hanks.
James?
People love Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Rhyme Little
LeBron
St. James with
James.
someone James.
Randy
LeBron James.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
We could
Definitely
rhyme
does adrenochrome.
James and James.
The fictional character Bane.
Bane, yeah.
I feel like Bane is anti-adrenochrome, though.
That's why they had to kill him.
He was going to shut down the city's adrenochrome supply.
Movies are too real. It's like all those YouTube commenters said. They put it right in front of your face.
They put it right in front of your face. Love doing that. They can't stop.
If I was party to a grand conspiracy, I think I would leave clues all over the place. I would leave a nice trail
What
for.
gets them off?
disabled 55-year-olds who are now on the computer because they don't work anymore to figure out through Facebook.
Yeah, and like someone who owns a yoga studio in San Jose and has driven themselves insane by doing some kind of new diet and is just ready to receive this information, ready to make the connections.
Oh, wait, I thought of a new James rhyme that could be interesting of like James and brain, where it's like, don't do adrenochrome on Little St. James. Don't do it, even though it'll do great things for your brain. Like it'll, I don't know how to phrase it, but
it will expand your brain.
It'll light up your brain.
It'll light up your brain.
Yeah.
Light up your brain.
Even
That's good.
though it'll light up your brain. There we go.
Now we're cooking with adrenochrome.
Yeah, don't shoot it, don't rail it, don't spread it on a cracker just because it's used by your favorite rapper.
There you go.
Then we can go into the other one we started writing of don't snort it, don't sip it, don't put it up your either ass or butt, depending on a good rhyme here. I mean, butt's almost a funnier word because it's so stupid. But
you could put in another record scratch. Or have that be like the second line. There's something that rhymes with butt before that, and then it goes to that, and there's like another record scratch instead of butt.
Yeah, don't put it up your... Oh, so basically, I think we were saying we're going to do the rap in the Yankee Doodle part, right? So maybe the rap ends with a word like ass or something, and it does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll write that down. Like, end with swear where record scratch is.
I put the record scratch in there for Dixie. Where it cycles through the different midis. Let me pull up that website. Do I still have that?
Ooh, yeah, Fred Durst reference, stick it up your, yeah.
Stick it up your...
Yeah. That could come in the rap, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Don't stick it up your... Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't stick it up your ass, even though it'll send you to the head of your class.
Yeah, that's good.
People say songwriting is hard. Like, how long did it take the Neutral Milk Hotel guy to write Airplane Over the Sea? Like 5 years.
Not too long for the chords. With all due respect for him.
Yeah.
It's 1, 4, 5, and 6 are pretty much the chords in like G major or C major or whatever.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, there's a handful of great songs on there.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing's great. But that was one thing that turned me off when I first heard it. Because I was more irritated by that back then when I was learning how to play guitar and like writing for songs for the first time. Like hearing Blink-182 and that they use the same chord progression like 4 songs in a row on an album. Being like, God damn it.
King of Carrot Flowers, like the one that opens the album, is one of the first songs I ever learned how to like play and sing at the same time. Because it's so easy.
Now I don't care about that shit, but...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like, is it good or not? Yeah, it doesn't.
I think it's good. Like, first 3 Ramones records. Every soul song from the 1960s.
A lot of great songwriters are absolute morons who just do the same thing again and again, but they just have a good pop sensibility, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can't hold it against them.
R.I.P. Biz Markie.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to a king there, a legend indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to remember the intro to Just a Friend just now, and all I could come up with was the first few bars of Baby by Justin Bieber. I don't remember that song.
I just remember the vocals, but not the beat.
Is that it? Oh, that's the chorus. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, his best work was in Men in Black 2.
Oh yeah,
where he plays a hip hop alien.
Ooh, hip hop alien's a good phrase to use in the song, maybe.
I mean, you could meet one if you do enough adrenochrome.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, we have 6 lines in the chorus so far, so maybe 2 more. We've got don't do adrenochrome on Little St. James, even though it'll light up your brain. Don't shoot it, don't rail it, don't spread it on a cracker, just because it's used by your favorite rapper. Don't snort it, don't sip it, don't put it up your ass, even though it'll send you to the head of your class.
Good.
Maybe something like just yes. It's used by or did we already do a line about millionaires and shit? Maybe we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Used
guess
by
not.
sultans and kings and queens.
By
Yep.
kings. Yeah, it's used by kings, sultans, and it's used by kings, sultans, and something too. It's for something, but it's not for you.
Yes, there you go.
That's good.
Yes.
And ministers too.
Yeah,
Prime ministers too. There you go.
Yeah, it's used by kings, sultans, prime ministers too.
It's for everyone who matters,
da-da-da-da.
but it's not for you.
Yeah, there we go.
That's
it.
very good.
For the past 10 to 12 years, games
That's
are
great.
all I've
Okay,
ever
we got a
known.
whole chorus there. So I think we want to have another verse and the rap, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So the last verse was all about how your friends are disappearing on the playground. Is there another place where it's being used or another scene we could be at? Like, should we be a kind of Comet Ping Pong thing? Like, imagine the most fun pizza place
Exactly.
ever.
Yeah, like a great, a crazy pizza restaurant with ping pong and games.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine the most fun pizza place ever, or maybe of all time, depending on what rhymes better.
Of all time. Yeah.
There's no something. Crime is an easy rhyme, but chime, climb, dime, slime. Oh, they're snorting that slime.
They're down in the basement. They're snorting that slime.
Yeah, down in the basement, snorting that slime.
Now maybe we could list like who's snorting it and end with "and your parents too."
Yeah. And your parents too. Oh, and then the last line of this verse can be the same as the other one. Everyone, it's kind of like everyone is doing it, but not you. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll work toward that kind of. So imagine the most fun pizza place of all time. Down in the basement, snorting that slime. I guess we need one in between those. We can just keep that rhyme scheme going, like prime.
Yeah.
Like children harvested in their prime, you know. Imagine the most fun pizza place of all time, where with ping pong and something rhyme. Children are harvested there in their prime, down in the basement, where they're snorting that slime or whatever.
I'm looking at pictures of Comet Ping Pong and it looks kind of shitty. Why does everybody think this place is cool?
Because they have ping pong, and there's erotic art about children being eaten and abducted.
Mm-hmm.
It really does make me suspicious because this place looks like it fucking sucks. If I was
Maybe
a
the
senator,
bar-
I wouldn't go
The thing you
here.
gotta remember though is that this is Washington D.C., asshole of the universe. They don't have any good anything there. So these fucking dipshits are probably just clapping like seals because, oh my god, it's a personal pan pizza and a fucking ping pong. This is amazing because every other place in fucking DC is some monstrous bar filled with date rapists with lanyards.
Yeah, it's Molly
I know.
Shamrocks. And
Yeah, it's like at least here I can guarantee myself a fine pizza because I have heard consistently that the pizza is good.
I want to go there.
So,
I want to eat it.
I want to try it, but they don't get sliced. There's no slices. It's like personal pizzas.
Oh, weird.
I have a Comet Ping Pong shirt.
It's pretty sweet.
Oh, grime, maybe.
Let's cop that.
Like
Grimes.
Imagine the most fun pizza place of all time. Oh yeah, hang out with Grimes.
She definitely is on that shit.
Yeah, where you can play ping pong and hang out with Grimes.
Perfect.
So yeah, it's kind of like imagine the most fun pizza place of all time, where you can play ping pong and hang out with Grimes.
That's
Children are harvested there in their prime, down in the basement where they're snorting that slime.
Yes.
I think we need to get to the. I wrote this down earlier because it's one of our best ideas of adrenochrome was way better back then because kids were easier to scare. Maybe that's what they're talking about in the basement. Like,
I wonder, is that good for the rap part though? Like a little back.
oh, you're
history,
right. Yeah.
Right.
Save that.
And then the back part, you'd be like, we used to we'd show you a Frankenstein. We'd show you the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. All right, that's good. Creature from the Black Lagoon could be fun to rhyme. Crab Rangoon, adrenochrome and Crab Rangoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably would be good at that.
Yeah, texturally. Yeah. I mean, maybe for the Crab Rangoon, you'd want the whole gland. That stays,
Yeah, the whole
like
adrenal gland.
soft inside the crunchy exterior of the Rangoon.
I'm gonna write that idea down so we can like put it into verse in the rap. You want the whole adrenal gland.
Give me the gland.
We were showing him Frankenstein. We were showing him Dracula. We need enough doses for a week for Steve Bakula. For Scott Bakula.
Scott Bakula.
Steve.
Steve Bakula.
That's his brother.
His brother, Steve Bakula. Less successful.
Mm-hmm.
But Alex, we were showing them Frankenstein. We were showing them Dracula. We need enough doses for a week for Scott Bakula.
We need 20 doses a week for Scott Bakula.
Oh, there we go. That's way better.
Yeah.
We need 20 doses a week. There we go. Cool. All right, that stuff will go into the rap. But we should come back to the verse where we have just to repeat it again. Imagine the most fun pizza place of all time where you can play ping pong and hang out with Grimes. Children are harvested there in their prime, down in the basement where they're snorting that slime. And then Dan, you were saying we should end it with like people who are there and your parents too. Everyone's doing it, but not for you.
Yeah.
So we just need like two more lines in between that are kind of about like what's going on in that basement that's so fun, you know?
You'd be like, Hillary's there and
a bunch of people who live on an island. Is there a good rhyme for island?
Hillary's there and those folks from the island.
Yeah. He's there and those folks from the island. Something getting high then.
Smiling is good.
Oh, yeah.
Smiling, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love smiling.
Smiling.
Taking a gram of adrenochrome to the face and then smiling. That's too many words, but
Take a gram to the face and then smiling?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Taking a gram to the face and then smiling. Yeah.
Yeah, taking a gram to the face and then smiling. Someone is there and your parents too. Blah blah is there and your parents too.
Barney is there?
Yeah, Barney is there. Oh, that's so disappointing to me.
Yeah. Fuck.
You know,
they didn't tell him what they do to those kids. Like, how was everybody supposed to know the supply chain? And another thing, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. So what was Barney supposed to do?
Wait,
where's Barney supposed to get his adrenochrome?
What if we do the Barney line in the verse here, and then the rap we make excuses for Barney for a couple lines? Yeah, like Barney didn't know what they were putting
in that stuff.
Barney didn't know how they made this stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't. He didn't know how it was made. But now you do. All right. So I think, we have enough for that second verse now. So I think it is just the rap that we need to do.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna start off by exonerating Barney, and then we're gonna move into how adrenochrome used to be easier to harvest or purer back in the day because children were easier to scare.
You should be deleted from Twitter,
definitely.
From Twitter or whatever the hell
That's the
it's
money
called.
right there. So it's coming, I think for the first couple lines though, it should come out of the chorus naturally so the chorus is the one that ends, Yes, it's used by kings, sultans, prime ministers too. It's for everyone who matters, but it's not for you. So maybe it's just we should start with a few other people who use it. And then we can move to Barney about how he didn't know, though.
Okay.
But who else is using it? Oh, now we could rhyme. Well, I don't know. I guess if it's the rap part, we need cooler people who are using it.
Is Baby Bop?
Justin Bieber.
Low tax.
The baby.
Low tax. Yeah, we should say low tax.
Low
Man.
tax.
Fuck him.
The Numa Numa guy?
Yeah, the Numa Numa guy.
Jared from Subway.
Jared from Subway. What'd you say, Matt?
Octomom.
Octomom, yeah. That's why why do you think Octomom had 8 babies?
Yep,
to harvest
just gobble them up.
Yeah.
Nom, nom, nom.
Is Big Buck Bunny too much of a niche reference?
Well, to our audience, it's not.
Big
Buck Bunny's pretty good.
Big Buck Bunny is the cartoon that auto plays every time you open Watch Together.
Yeah.
It was made as a software demo like 15 years ago, but they push it on you for no reason.
Yeah.
What about Bonzi Buddy?
Ooh, that's great. We can rhyme Bonsai Buddy with Big Buck Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, actually, even though we've heard the beat a million times, can we hear it again just to feel like the BPM of it? Everyone's doing it. Doing it. Should we just do the Migo? Everyone's doing it. Something and low tax and everyone's doing it. Low tax is too. Well, maybe next. I don't know. We definitely want to rhyme Bonsai Buddy and Big Buck Bunny, but I don't know who we want to start with. Everyone's doing it. Something and
SpongeBob?
Oh, SpongeBob, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Bob is 2. Oh, yeah. Everyone's doing it. SpongeBob is 2. Something and something and
Bonzi
the whole
Buddy,
crew.
Big Buck Bunny, and Honey Boo Boo.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Bonzi Buddy, Big Buck Bunny, and Honey Boo Boo.
Bonsai Buddy, Big Buck Bunny, and Honey Boo Boo. The problem, like Bonsai Buddy's hard to fit, right? Let me think. Bonsai.
You can put anything else in there.
Yeah, maybe we'll spread our costs, but I think you're right. Honey Boo Boo to rhyme with SpongeBob is 2. Everyone's doing it. SpongeBob is 2. Something and Honey Boo Boo. Bonsai Buddy, Big Buck Bunny.
Yeah.
Mary Kate and Ashley and Honey Boo Boo.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think that does work. Let's see. Everyone's doing it. SpongeBob is 2. Mary Kate, Ashley, and Honey Boo Boo. Bonsai Buddy, Big Buck Bunny. Low tax, something. The Numa Numa guy. Low tax. The Numa Numa guy. What's another 2-syllable person we could put after low tax? Oh. Eric Alper. No, we don't want to be mean to Eric Alper in this song.
Tom Waits.
I want to do a whole Eric Alper song a different time. Ooh, Cartman. Low tax. Cartman. The Numa Numa. Yeah, that's it.
What's the line before that? What does that end with?
I think it's kind of internal, but let's see. It's kind of like this. Everyone's doing it. SpongeBob is 2. Mary Kate, Ashley, and Honey Boo Boo. Bonsai Buddy, Big Buck Bunny, Low Tax, Cartman, the Numa Numa guy. Actually, yeah, maybe that is a little awkward. We should have one in between.
Gary Brawlsma, Numa 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 New.
Wait, sorry, what'd you say?
Gary Brawlsma, Numa 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 New.
Gary Brawlsma, Numa Numa New. Yeah, that's good. But I think actually we do need one in between, like one that rhymes with the Buddy and Bunny line. Oh, Doug Funny.
Eddie Money.
Eddie Money, yeah. Bonsai Buddy, Big Buck Bunny, Doug Funny, and Eddie Money. That might be 2 on like insane.
List more bunnies.
Yeah, what's another bunny?
The Energizer Bunny.
We got Bugs.
Bunny. Bugs Bunny.
Bugs, Energizer, and
Playboy.
And Big Buck. Yeah, Bonsai Buddy, Eddie Money, Bugs, Energizer, and Big Buck Bunny.
Yes, there it is. Bugs, Energizer, and Big Buck Bunny.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Oh, God.
Okay, so to recap yet again, everyone's doing it. SpongeBob is 2. Mary-Kate, Ashley, and Honey Boo Boo. Bonsai Buddy, Eddie Money. Bugs, Energizer, and Big Buck Bunny. Low-Tax, Cartman. Let's come up with something to rhyme with Numa Numa New for the Gary Bralsma Numa Numa New.
Or you could just do, what's the last line that we have?
Gary Bralsma Numa Numa New.
That one doesn't have to keep rhyming with the last one, so
Oh no, I agree, but we need one to rhyme with that, basically.
you could say Numa Numa Guy.
Oh yeah, so we could do either one. Whatever rhymes with either guy or new.
Bill Nye.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, Bill Nye. Yeah, that's it. Low-Tax, Cartman, even Bill Nye, Gary Brolsma, Numa Numa Guy.
Oh, fuck.
I still want to bring in that line, why do you think Optimum had 8 babies? What rhymes with babies, though? Rabies.
That top shelf chrome made her womb go crazy.
That top shelf chrome made her womb go crazy. Yeah, that's great. But Barney didn't know, man. But Barney didn't know.
Barney didn't know how he was getting his supply.
Well, he didn't know what they put in that stuff.
Yeah.
Something call his bluff. Like Barney didn't know what they put in that stuff.
Due to the Winkster, that era for him was pretty rough.
Winkster's
tricks made the 90s rough.
Yeah.
Because the Winkster's trick made the 90s rough. Due to the Winkster, that era was rough. That flow works, but is that clear enough? Yeah, like the 90s were... Because of the Winkster, the 90s were rough. Didn't know what they put in that stuff. Yeah, because of the Winkster, the 90s were rough. We should complete more of this thought.
Barney didn't know where he was getting his supply. Due to the Winkster, he was going through a rough time.
No, I think we had it good there already. But Barney didn't know what they put in that stuff because of the Winkster. The 90s were rough, so he, reached for the thing. I don't know.
He reached for the potion that muffled the pain. You would have too, or else you'd go on insane.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, what was the last line? It glitched out for a second.
You would have too, or else you'd gone insane.
You'd
have gone insane.
Yeah. You'd have gone insane. Yeah. Because of the Winkster, the 90s were rough, so he reached for the potion that muffled the pain. You would have too, or you would have too, or else you'd have. We have one extra syllable.
There's a way to shorten that up.
Yeah, you would have too.
All that pressure would have made him insane.
There you go.
Yeah. So he reached for the potion that muffled the pain. Or all that pressure would have
driven him insane.
The pressures of fame.
Something
pressures of fame.
I do like that. So he reached for the potion that muffled the pain, and
you can't comprehend the pressures of fame.
Yeah, the pressures of fame. Yeah. So he reached for the potion that muffled the pain. You can't comprehend the pressures of fame.
Yeah. That's good.
Let's see. Oh, the other idea that we wanted to use, and this can probably be what wraps up the verse, is we wanted to go from adrenochrome was better back then, easier to scare kids. Dan was saying we'd show you a Frankenstein creature from the Black Lagoon. something we could have that idea with the crab rangoon where you want the whole gland in it. So somehow just to get to the but adrenochrome was better back in the day.
Something how the astronauts got to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the astronaut got to the moon.
Something about how it was better back then, and that's how we got to the moon.
Back in the day. Yeah, maybe that'd be like line 3 or 4, just because if we're rhyming with day.
Back in the 60s, we had better than mids. Back then, it was much easier to scare kids.
Yeah, in the 60s, we had better than mids. Because back then, it was easier to scare kids.
We
could rhyme.
the 100% pure adrenochrome is what we would choom. The shit that the astronauts took to the moon.
Yeah. We would choom the shit that the astronauts took to the moon.
I'll be right back.
Sure. Back then, you'd show a kid Dracula and soon you'd have 20 doses for Scott Bakula. That might be too like awkward. I don't know. Or should we keep going off the Choom and Moon to go to the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Yeah. We'd show you a Wolfman, a Dracula. Let me think. Show you a Dracula and the Mummy's Tomb.
Yeah. Kids, a Dracula, the Mummy's Tomb. We'd show them the creature from the Black Lagoon. Let's see. Oh yeah, in the chat, we're gonna put the VOD on Patreon in like a few days or something. But yeah, let's see. Show them the Dracula Mummy's Tomb. We'd show them the creature from the Black Lagoon. We'd harvest that shit for our crab rangoon.
We put the whole gland in our crab rangoon.
Yeah. We put the whole gland. Let's see. We put the whole gland in our. Then we just need one line before that rhymes still with the whole scheme.
Okay.
So it's like we show kids a Dracula, the Mummy's Tomb. We'd show them the creature from the Black Lagoon. We'd send an aden and aden and aden. We put the whole gland in our crab rangoon. We'd pull out the gland. Like we could explain how we get it into the crab rangoon right beforehand. Like we pull
out the gland, stir it up with a spoon.
Yeah.
Pull
out the gland,
stir it up with a spoon.
With a spoon, and put that whole stuff
the whole mix in our crab rangoon or
Yeah, is it weird to say gland twice? Should we change it to like
stuff the whole the whole thing or the whole mix or something instead of
the whole mix?
The second.
Yeah, we don't reuse it. So that whole part of the rap is back in the 60s.
Pipette that paste into the crab rangoon.
We did pipette. Oh, yeah, let me see if that still fits.
Like pastry pipette.
That paste in our
in a crab rangoon.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. Back in the 60s, we had better than mids because back then it was so much easier to scare kids. 100% pure adrenochrome is what we would choom, the shit that the astronauts took to the moon. We'd show kids a Dracula, the Mummy's Tomb. We'd show them the creature from the Black Lagoon. We'd pull out the gland, stir it up with a spoon. We'd pipette that paste in a crab rangoon.
There we go.
Well, then pipette
Yeah.
pace. Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. That's cool.
If I sleep with a man, I'm gay.
I think we've used like all the best ideas. I don't know. That seems like a pretty good line to. Oh,
That's
actually,
solid.
we had the idea of ending on a line that ends on a swear, and then the record scratches. I don't know where Alex went. We kind of need to hear that beat maybe one more. I wish we could skip through the beat. Is the
Maybe
thing. I
we
just want
just
to find
have
the
a-
record scratch.
Maybe we just have a D part that's like an outro. That's
Yeah.
just like 2 lines, like, like one is how great adrenochrome is, and the other is don't do it.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Actually, we do need to come back around to the idea that you shouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at this point, the narrators of the song are just boasting about how good.
Yeah, that's like it's kind of like it's got to end with them like, actually, no, wait a minute, no,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah.
That's why you're not supposed to do it.
Yeah. They got carried away during the song. They were thinking about that sweet adrenochrome, the 1950s
Yeah.
and 60s.
So good.
We should list
I love
celebrities
being-
that we say died from it. Like
Yeah,
John
should that be
Candy
what
and
leads-
Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd.
The guys who really, guys who died for like really obvious reasons.
Yeah. I know it sounds fun.
I don't know how much room we have.
A couple like we're trying to wrap this up pretty much. Let me think. I think we could do up to like 4 lines total here. Although wait, I want to hear the beat because I want to know how where does the record scratch fall? Like, is it the second line of a couplet at the end of the couplet or halfway through the couplet, or like how does that specific part of the beat work,
It's can I skip through it?
I hope so.
It is. Oh yeah, reset. It is slightly off center though. So it's like
Yeah. I guess I could pull it up on my computer and just listen to it myself, but it's not as fun.
let me open it up in Ableton.
Yeah, I'm opening it too.
Just drunk driving.
Thank you to whoever is doing sound alerts over on the FYM stream. I don't know how to turn it off.
Does this let us skip around?
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so it is at the end of a bar, basically.
Yeah, there's a bar missing.
Yeah. Oh, so does that mean we need 3 lines that rhyme and then it cuts off, kind of?
What?
See.
Parts of that you could leave instrumental or like.
What?
That's true. I think we do want to end right on that record scratch, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do we have a good line that works with that? I could also.
What?
I couldn't really take it out.
Just drunk driving.
So it is on the 1 also. Okay.
What?
So we get to finish a line.
Mm-hmm.
I think then what we want here is just 3 lines that rhyme that'll close out the rap, and then we have all the lyrics.
Pedophile Joe got a girl.
So it needs to be a way of turning it back around, because we've made it sound so fun, we just need to switch it around and be like,
Yeah.
it might sound good, but da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. So maybe it's back to like, don't shoot it, don't snort it, don't put it.
Oh yeah, that's a great way to do it. Yeah, like referencing the other parts of the song.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the last rhyme with that is a different rhyme, but yeah, so don't shoot it, so don't snort it, don't sip it, don't put it up your... Oh, we could actually end it on that one where we cut the ass. This is kind of like our original idea, I think of. So don't snort it, don't sip it, don't put it up your ear.
Wiki wiki.
Let's do that. That's so stupid. We gotta do
Start
it.
driving.
Yeah.
So let's have 2 words that rhyme with ass, and then we'll cut off the last ass, and it's like, oh, I know what they meant there. It's the preferred drug of the top brass.
What you want to do if you want to rack up some cash.
Ooh, cash, yeah.
Cash is good.
Cash,
Yeah.
top brass.
Don't mix it up with powdered glass.
Yeah, powdered glass. So maybe just like, yeah, I know it sounds fun, but it wastes your cash.
Mm-hmm.
Your cash. It'll waste your supply of powdered glass. No, that's too weird.
NSYNC did it. Now look at Lance Bass.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh yeah. Okay. NSYNC did it. Now look at Lance Bass. So don't. Okay. Yeah, I know it sounds fun, but it wastes your cash. NSYNC did it. Now look at Lance Bass. So don't snort it. Don't sip it. Don't put it up your.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think that we've got everything we need then. Cool. Should I just go record this now and you guys can bullshit for a while, then we'll premiere the song?
Oh yeah.
Sure, why not?
All right. Sounds good. So
I want to hear the McGruff
in,
album again.
Yeah,
let's listen
throw
to the
those
McGruff
joints on. I'll be back in 30 minutes hopefully.
album. Step away for a sec. 1 sec.
But you'd better think twice, 'cause you will have to pay a price.
Which one is this? This is like Carole King. You Ontario stream watcher.
It's no good when you're drinking.
Oh, so that's alcohol.
I'm sorry, McGruff, but alcohol is completely legal.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? I want to hear the cocaine one.
The only white boy you know who did it.
Written by Eric Clapton?
Out there.
What?
Every single time.
'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine.
Those corny ass chord changes, I used those in that song.
And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. There is help available for people who have a problem with cocaine or crack addiction. Have them call 1-800-COCAINE for advice. And if someone ever offers you crack or cocaine, be smart. Just say no. 'Cause nobody's
1-800-COCAINE.
There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain.
It's kind of catchy, I gotta say.
These are great songs.
It's a little bit of fire. It's a little fire.
There's terrible trouble behind it, and sooner or later you're
It's like a Billy Joel filler track.
making a mess of
Yeah. Seems a few more very cheesy sound effects.
There's a guy who needed to hear the alcohol track.
Ha! That gentleman loves alcohol. Driving while having had it.
He blamed it on 9/11. And that happened
Yeah,
in like
he was
2004. He said like 9/11
that's
happened
just-
and
It's his city, you know? It's his city. Even though it's not, he's from fucking Long Island.
yeah, even though it's like not even the same landform.
you've got to see.
I don't know which
Kinda
one this
sounds
is.
like the Law and Order theme song.
Yeah, speaking of something dogs hate. They hate hearing that.
It's no good when you're drinking. It won't show you the way.
Being straight is okay.
What? I don't know. Can you say that now?
What are we doing here?
It's a Proud Boys thing?
This one's just called Just Say No. I think.
These are some smooth jazz licks here.
Yeah.
It's G.E. Smith and the Saturday Night Live Band here?
Fall for what they say. Let me
This is yacht rock.
Yeah, who's they? The Jews?
Can't you see it can hurt you?
Label, the Advertising Council. I'm on their Discogs page now. Radio Free Europe 1967 campaign. Forest fire prevention.
CIA operation here, huh? CIA propaganda. Always so funny when the CIA funds stuff to tell kids not to do drugs, while it sanctions the funneling of drugs into the United States. Who's supposed to do them, CIA?
Yeah. Are you guys talking about how this is counterproductive to the Imperial Project?
Yes.
Fools. McGruff. Whoever came up with McGruff. It'd be great if the CIA had a hit out on McGruff, you know, like a file.
Yeah, he's basically Barry Seal.
Yeah. We need kids to be doing this Operation Phoenix heroin.
Yes. An award to win.
Other kids are doing drugs and saying that you really ought to come along.
This one's called Smart Kids. Sounds like Madonna.
Trouble will be staying, so you know you ought to sing this song. Just say no.
Oh, maybe this is Just Say No? Or maybe they say that in every song.
Just say no. I mean, this is the chorus. Just say yo over and over again.
Maybe there's a track listing. Flip the damn tape over. Let me see the other side. Oh, someone did it in the comments. So this is Just Say No. I want to hear Inhalants again.
Inhalants is definitely the jam on this. It's got that New Order Low Life vibe.
Hey, this is Mike Goldberg, Bellator MMA. This is for Chapo.
Nice clean FM synth sound.
We'll see from a restaurant, I guess.
Yeah, that's smooth. That's smooth.
What are the specials tonight?
This is the nighttime driving around city. Driving around the city music.
Yeah, the guy. I'm imagining Drive and Ryan Gosling is sitting around LA listening to this.
Never do inhalants.
You'll be suffering pain.
Yeah, that song rips.
This is a great song.
It's really insane.
This should have got radio play.
Cause inhalants kill.
This was the single of the album, I think.
Learn a lesson so true.
Yeah, they misapprehended this. They put out Just Say No as the big signal and it flopped, and they assumed that there was no other gold on the record. You know?
So never sniff inhalants. Breathing them is really no thrill. Don't you know inhalants really can kill?
This has a 3.12 out of 5 on Rate Your Music.
Oh, really?
Seems low. This is pretty fire.
Cause it's really insane.
Have we gotten to alcohol yet? Curious about that. Curious about his take on alcohol. I want it to be like a swordfish trombone style track. You know?
Cleaners, sprays, and other household chemicals can
Median price for this is $16. That's not bad.
Don't ever try it. Just say no to inhalants. Breathing them is really no thrill. Don't you know inhalants really can?
It's not
No
as high
copies
as
on eBay. That's too bad.
not as high as Music for Babies.
Well, that was groundbreaking. This followed the trend. That created the trend. This is such a bop.
I looked for Canadian versions of this, and it just the closest I got was like there was a group of people that made PSAs in the late '80s, early '90s, and one of the PSAs was "Don't put it in your mouth." But I think it was aimed at kids much younger than what this is aimed at. Don't pick it up off the floor. Don't you put it in your mouth. That
works for this too. Some people will just pick up a pill off the floor and try it.
Using crack and cocaine to get high.
Yes.
That's what you say you love.
Yeah,
But
correct.
it's really insane.
yes.
You could die. What are you thinking of?
I mean, everyone's gonna die, McGruff.
Nobody's
Feels
You're
good,
probably
man.
not gonna die.
cocaine. There's terrible trouble.
What are you living for, McGruff? The world is dying. Planet is on fire, McGruff. What are you living for?
He's living for scolding. And also, we're never going to die because we're doing that adrenochrome, and we will be reconstituted in the Crystal Palace as the
eternal,
great race
immortal
of
lizard beings.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Thousands of parents, grandparents, and concerned citizens are looking for a way they can help their children say no to drugs. When you purchase a McGruff Smart Kids album, you will help in two ways. First, by giving a McGruff cassette to a child, you will fill leisure hours with wholesome, constructive entertainment.
Hours, you say?
The second part is it gives them money.
Based out of San Diego, a port city. Kind of suspicious.
Yeah, they're getting in shipments of things. Right across the border from Mexico.
Yes.
The key drug transshipment locations, especially for the Contra drug operations that the CIA was privy to.
That's right, big old naval base there, too.
That's true. And the Marines at Pendleton. A lot of ops in the area.
Yep.
This came with an official membership card to the Smart Kids Club. I want that.
When I lived in Vancouver and was doing a lot of drugs, there were these people who were kind of preying on the straight edge community, like people who had fallen out of straight edge punk rock and were were getting into drugs, and they were handing out badges that said drug free sheriff on them. I kept seeing them everywhere, but it turned out they were Scientologists. So they just bring people in. They set up shop downtown East Side Vancouver, and they bring people in and do like e-meter tests on them. And then you get a badge that said drug free sheriff.
It's just too easy to become a sheriff these days.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Hey, open up your eyes. You've got to see. Alcohol fills your world with lies. Listen to me.
This was Donald Fagen's second solo album after he got really into swallowing nails.
Hey, you'd better start thinking. Being straight is okay. It seems so very nice. But you'd best be
Being straight is okay. That gets me every time.
cause you will have to pay a price.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm going to need a citation there. I don't know if I accept that just as on a claim.
Mm-hmm. Making a lot of claims.
This guy's really throwing around a lot of, absolute categories. A lot of wild claims. I don't really know if I buy them all. I would like to see some evidence.
Yeah, let's see some citations. Let's see the research.
Yeah, I'm not taking the mainstream media's word on this.
Oh, looking up stuff about this, and one of the Google image results is someone saying it's a Gaucho knockoff.
'cause you will have to pay a price. You're gonna lose.
Those chord changes, it's like Todd Rundgren. Carole King.
It's no good when you're drinking. It won't show you the way.
The background vocals are great on this.
They should have had them sing the song. Or just tell the guy to sing it normal. Well, I guess he is gruff. But there are plenty of singing dogs that don't sound like that.
Oh, McGruff is still going. Apparently there are 4,000 active McGruffs in America.
Active McGruffs frequently become active shooters.
Yeah. So get this. McGruff has a classy Corvette, a monster truck in Arizona, and a wiener wagon in Florida. Most of all,
this guy he's either dirty or he is abusing assets forfeiture laws.
Yeah, where'd you get the wiener wagon,
both.
McGruff?
He just pulls over people and claims, oh, I found some cocaine in the trunk. I'm confiscating your vehicle. And then that's my whip now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just
sick of his bullshit.
Seizing the fucking Wiener Schnitzel delivery truck, you know?
I'm sick of this James Elroy level criminal, this fucking Dudley Smith ass cop. I'm sick of his bullshit.
Apparently the test case for McGruff was Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
Which, if you've ever been to Hartford, Connecticut, it didn't work.
Yeah,
seriously. It really didn't work.
Well, McGruff, he still gets to walk around carrying his throwdown pieces and framing people that he then murders.
He should have been put down a long time ago.
Honestly, he is. He's foaming at the mouth. He's a mad dog.
How many times you got a McGruff walking into a pet store and just filling his bag with Alpo and walking out without paying for it? If anybody says anything, flashing his piece.
He gets in deep with mobsters betting on the Westminster Kennel Club dog show.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't have to say why you won't take drugs. Just say no.
Just say no.
He owns a pit bull breeder and a pit bull exterminator. It's like private prison companies.
Yeah.
They're on
it's a
both
closed
sides.
circle. It's an Ouroboros and McGruff.
All right, fine. God, I get the point.
The guy who did the voice must have been so hoarse after this. Like, he probably sounded like this forever. His voice stuck that way.
It's a dog. All dogs sound like this.
Oh, is an actual dog?
Yeah.
I guess he's been around for a long time.
This is okay. I'm reading more about McGruff and the whole program, and at the top of the Wikipedia article it says, "Crime is a public concern." The first sentence is, "The decades prior to McGruff's creation saw an increase in U.S. public concern over crime. Period. In the 1960s, a number of riots broke out across the U.S. as numerous public figures were assassinated, including Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and President Kennedy." That's a hell of a way to start an article about a fucking crime-fighting dog program.
Do you want to know the name of the guy in the suit? Sergeant Winston Cavendish.
Sounds like a puppy. Hello.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a British analog for McGruff.
He's one of those guys who funded the death squads in Northern Ireland.
Yes.
He's in a trunk with a guy fingering IRA dudes to send the UDF after later. Doing like waterboarding at Longkesh.
He's already got a Scotch-Irish last name.
It's true. These guys truly are the hounds of empire. Don't cotton to them.
Son, Louisiana. That was where the guy was from. St. Tammany Parish. So this all happened in True Detective Season 1.
Yes.
Except he was the false detective.
Yes, he was
arresting the victims.
He was the cop on the houseboat that they beat up.
He was in on it. There's no way he was not up to some horrible shit.
100%.
Back in 2014, a Houston man who was one of the McGruffs got sentenced to 16 years in prison on federal drug and weapons charges.
God damn, if McGruff himself can't say no, how the hell are the rest of us supposed to manage?
Mm-hmm. Okay, are we on smart kids now? Oh, yeah.
Oh, they do flip the tape over.
Kids are taking drugs and want you to play.
It's good, but it's only in the right speaker.
Yep.
What happened? Maybe it's just tape degradation.
Cause it's your body. You've got to make it last. It's your body. Treat it right. Cause it's your body. You've got to make it last. It's your body. Treat it right. When some kids.
They were going for Let's Get Physical, I think.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Very much. Very derivative. Come on, McGruff, I'm ashamed of you. Thought he was about fresh beats.
What's that thing police do where they can just steal all your stuff?
That's forfeiture.
Yeah, that works for songs. If you get a DUI, the cop gets all your publishing rights.
That's right.
Just think, in all the world, there's only one you, and anything you ever do will be done in your body. Since bodies are made to last.
It's not true. There is no singular self. This is all propaganda.
Yeah.
The self is illusory, McGruff, you fucking asshole.
Other kids are taking drugs and want you to play.
Taking drugs and want you to play.
Also, if you take adrenochrome, you can do astral projection, remote viewing, body swap shit.
It's true. I mean, it really is worth it. I mean, we get mad at these people, but if you were in that room and they handed you the canapé with a little toothpick, you wouldn't want to step through the Stargate.
Oh, absolutely. They already extracted it.
Mm-hmm.
And what? Some kid? Oh, what was he going to do?
If you're buying it repeatedly, that's one thing because you're fueling more production. But if you just take it for free that once, I don't think that's
they
a
already
victimless
harvested
crime.
the adrenochrome.
The kid's
See, that's
dead.
how I am. That's how I am with coke. It's like cocaine. It's very environmentally destructive and exploitative and fuels a lot of violence. So if somebody else has it, I'll do a bump. So if there's adrenochrome at the party, I'll do a bump.
Yeah, that part of the cycle has been completed. So.
Well, you know what happens to drug dealers if they don't sell their product? The person above them puts a bullet in their head. So, like, do you want to get someone in trouble?
Yeah, you're stimulating the economy.
That's right. You want that adrenochrome to go to the county dump, you know, get incinerated with the trash?
That kid wouldn't want that.
Nobody wins. Nobody wins in that case.
Yeah, let's have these children's death be imbued with some kind of meaning, you know?
I mean, if I eat that adrenochrome, then I actually do get access to ancient eldritch reptile wisdoms. I get to commune with eternal beings and exist in the hollow earth, where I get to learn all of the secrets of the architecture of the universe.
Yeah.
What was it?
You finally get to see the real geometry, not.
That kid wasn't going to find out the real geometry. Give me a break. He's going to go to ITT Tech.
Kids can barely do regular geometry.
Yeah.
You seen our public schools?
You're doing the world a favor, really.
Yeah, because then I get to take it and then translate it to you through rap.
This was them trying to do Herman's Hermits, I'm onto something good.
I like my body and I'll decide about what I ought to be putting inside. And
Okay.
people hurt me, I know they're wrong. My friends may laugh at me, but this is my song.
Which is also a Carole King song.
They'll never shake me.
Can we get DMCA'd for this? I hope not.
McGruff.
No, this is not in the database.
He loves the flesh prison. He loves his body. The meat sack.
It will be eternal.
Yeah. Well, not for him.
If you're a suit, you kind of can live forever. That's just sort of like, it's like replacing the battery in a radio. It's like you just pop in a new guy. It'll work for another 20 years.
No can hurt you like using drugs. Decide on your own. Say no thanks. They'll never make me. They'll never shake me. They'll never make me. They'll never shake me.
People really believe that the primary cause of drug use is people on the street telling you to take it violently.
I know, like you just
fucking
walking
do
down the
this
street
shit
and
now.
Somebody and you don't want to. You don't want to. That's the thing that's important to remember. Nobody wants to. You want to look cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. No one has any reason to flee to drugs. There's nothing about living in this society that would make someone want to do a drug in order to soothe themselves. They would only be peer pressured into it by a cool guy.
I like being me. And I know that you agree.
The guy who invented drugs must have been the coolest guy of all time.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this should ruin your life. You'll die early, and you'll. But come on, are you pussy? Look at me. Look how cool I am. And they're like, God damn it. And then all those people have to get other people to do it, so that they feel cool.
Chinese guys who are really, really cool are coming here and luring our women into their opium dens because they're just so cool.
There is something to that, because like marijuana was associated with jazz music and black men in the 20s and 30s, like those were the coolest people. So the theory was very much always based on coolness, getting people to do drugs.
That's how LSD spread.
Absolutely.
In the late
The fucking merry pranksters, those guys are cool as hell.
Yeah. But it wasn't like that in the late 1940s. Everybody was like, the coolest person alive is a Swiss chemist who had a fanciful bicycle ride, you know? They had a little help.
Thank you, CIA.
Mm-hmm.
It is so very true. You're the best at being you.
These aren't about drugs anymore. It's not like they ran out of drugs.
That was a great line. You're the best at being you. That is about the lowest praise you could possibly give somebody.
Yeah.
You're literally the only one who is. So if you can't be good at being you, well, then who the fuck am I supposed to expect would be? He's bragging about how great his life is. What an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off, McGruff.
This one sounds like that song about the guy who takes the train.
Yeah. My baby takes the morning train?
Yeah.
He takes the morning train. He from 1959. He takes another home again to find you waiting for me. Good one.
Whoa. What do we have going on there for a second? Is it some vocoder shit?
This kind of sounds like Devo.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a Gates of Steel vibe.
I'm gonna celebrate. Well, I'm glad I'm me. Yes, I'm glad.
Some square wave synth.
They could have done a song about ecstasy. They could have done a song about salvia. You could do a two-sided album, I think.
Yep. Oh, definitely. This song kind of has the vibe of that great pro-drug French punk rock song, Ça plane pour moi. This life's for me.
A popper song would have been great. Like a high-energy disco song about not doing poppers.
Oh, I thought you meant John Poppers. That would also be great.
Or him.
Don't we love don't do harmonicas, kids.
Don't do whatever he did.
I want to hear like a Presbyterian McGruff that's like, do not wear blended fabrics, don't look at artwork.
Do not celebrate Christmas.
Do not salt your
serious.
food.
I think that's just me.
Use drugs. Winners don't use, and users don't win. So don't use drugs. Don't use drugs. If you know a user, even part of the
song sucks. Why is this track 1?
take a bite out of crime.
What is this corny ass Paul McCartney music hall crap? Here we go. Now we're in the 1980s.
We got some Sade vibes going on here. I wonder how high on cocaine the people were that recorded this.
Oh, that's
Like
the point.
the backup band.
And let yourself respect, bro. You'll hear it across the nation. Just say
I hear a Juno in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely was a DX7 out in '86. It was, right?
Probably, or one of those.
Yeah, I think the sort of marimba percussive sounds are like DX7 presets.
I'm not sure what the drum machine is.
Lindrum, maybe?
Maybe that or DNX.
Yeah.
I think the DNX was what I used on the song we're doing today.
Oh, nice.
In the Arturia Spark plugin.
No.
No.
Amy Winehouse kind of subverted this.
that's right. Saying no tells everyone that you don't want to mess up your life by using drugs. If anyone offers
I don't know,
you
it's
drugs,
kind of fun.
you've got to stand up
This
for
is the
yourself.
breakdown where they tell you what no means. No means you don't want to do it.
Is there still a campaign in America to market like anti-drug stuff to kids?
I see more anti-vaping stuff now, like YouTube ads. It's more about that. There really should be ads everywhere, like, if you get prescribed pills from your back, do not get it refilled. Or just best practices, like, do not take an oxy more often than every 2 days.
Yeah. You'd think there'd be like a nationwide campaign on that, considering what happened, but
That was the same opening as a Ministry song from their first album.
Mm-hmm.
It's like beating your head on a wall. Say no way.
That's a very easy phrase to reach for if you're on a keyboard, like da 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 da.
Cause it's doing you no good at all. Glad
Whoa.
I'm free.
That was me.
Saying no tells everyone that you don't want to mess up your life by using drugs. If anyone offers you drugs, you've got to stand up for yourself and do the smart thing. Just say no.
The ad agency that made this made Where's the Beef?
Oh, really?
And also the Duracell Bunny,
Oh,
which
shit.
I honestly didn't know was a real thing. I remember it from that Elliott Smith song where he says the Duracell Bunny, but I always figured he meant the Energizer Bunny.
You've got some courage to show.
The Energizer Bunny was created to defeat the Duracell Bunny. Like, they made a commercial where they have a better bunny. I didn't know about any of this.
They won because no one remembers
Yeah,
it.
but that's a fuck that guy. It's the fucking Energizer Bunny. Everybody knows that. Some fucking Johnny come lately motherfucker.
The only
Erased
person
from
who
history.
remembered the Duracell bunny killed himself in 2003. Erased from history.
Maybe Energizer was behind the death of Elliott Smith.
It's like beating your head on
They didn't want people to know about it again.
Mm-hmm. They didn't want to know that people to remember the dirty war that the Energizer bunny fought against the Duracell bunny.
They tried to bring it back in 2016. And they got sued by Energizer.
Losers.
They really blew it. The trademark lapsed. They forgot to renew it.
This is gonna. I'm in the middle of like songwriting right now, and I've just realized that this is. I know that this is gonna somehow creep into the process, without me knowing it. I'm gonna be working on a song. And
there are worse things to pull from.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wish I knew who made this. Like, I don't even know who's singing. I assume it's the guy in the suit.
It's McGruff. Did they make anything? Did they make any other records, Alex?
I don't think so.
I'd be curious to hear like an early '90s McGruff album, because you know there's going to be a rap on it, and you know it's going to be bad.
A lot of people think that marijuana isn't dangerous, but they're wrong. Because not only does it harm a person's body and mind, but it often leads users to try other, even more dangerous drugs. And you know,
I never did get the reasoning of how exactly it's supposed to make you do other drugs. Is the way that there's the toxoplasmosis and cat shit so that you get brainwashed by your cat? I mean, how does... So, like, it's just whispering, do different drugs.
You know a guy and he keeps upselling you.
Yeah, but like first
he
thing...
keeps doing the thing where he says, you know, you only be cool, and once you do one drug to be cool, all that somebody has to say is be cool to do this, and then you have to do it. And those other drugs have higher margins, so they want you to upsell to those.
Mm-hmm.
Powders have much higher margins.
You're hanging out with your friends at the poetry night. You do a toke after you read your poem, and the next thing you know, you're on John Lilly's submersible fucking a dolphin, high out of your mind on LSD. That's how it works.
Many such cases.
This is clearly the jam on the record.
This is such a good song.
It's the call and response thing.
they will damage your brain. Cause it's really insane. Cause inhalants kill. Learn a lesson so true. There's danger in inhalants.
They're banning flavored vapes and any vape product that's over like a certain nicotine percentage in like 8 days in Montreal. All of Quebec, actually.
Done that for a while here.
This one's pretty extreme. It's like nothing over like 1.5%. So it's like 1.5% and no flavors except for unflavored or tobacco.
Doesn't that make it so people have to buy more?
Yeah, it does. And it also, I don't know, they've done studies on like San Francisco tried it, and this basically like drives people back to smoking.
Yeah, like they really should. They should subsidize vaping until cigarettes disappear, and then get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take one thing at a time.
It does seem like they kind of fucked up there, in that there was that big surge with vaping, it happened before cigarettes had been really extinguished.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And it's like the way they're pitching it is basically they're like kids are doing vapes. Kids are vaping.
Kids are vaping it up.
Kids are vaping it up.
They should put shock images on the products.
They're on that clown. Mm-hmm. They're on that clown pussy.
Like in Australia, but not like lungs and stuff. Just like lemon party and goatsy.
Goatsy, tub girl.
Like guys getting beheaded in the Chechen War.
Yep.
Put that on the jewel.
Yeah. Plane crash. They already do that with cigarettes here. It's pretty disgusting. And they're kind of like they've legislated like you can't have any kind of packaging, so all the packs of cigarettes look exactly the same. They're all like gray with sort of gray writing.
I don't know if that's really going to do anything. I feel like it's one of those things that just kind of goes away on its own.
Yeah, people still smoke like crazy here in Quebec. It's like
it's French.
Yeah.
It's the French disease.
I remember being really stoked when I moved here because I could buy Gaulois cigarettes and everything was like 50% cheaper than it was in British Columbia. It was like it seemed like the province actively encouraged people to smoke.
Just a snort or a smoke.
Just a snort or a smoke.
Sounds good, dude. Sounds delightful.
Yeah. Why not? Yes, please.
Someone to help you out.
It was kind of a mistake to make a song that was cocaine and crack when they were trying as hard as they can to differentiate the two.
That's
create
right.
like cultural perceptions that are different. Crack.
I didn't listen to the lyrics closely. Is it like cocaine is pretty bad, but it's okay if you're an adult? Crack is terrible.
They don't differentiate at all.
Crack. Don't do crack. Cocaine sometimes.
Mm-hmm. On special occasions only.
At a party, if you want to feel a little more confident.
When you close the big deal.
Yeah, when you really want to talk about a cool idea for a restaurant that you and your friends should try to do.
Yeah.
If you're a pillow manufacturer and you've discovered certain things about the election.
Yeah. If you want to tell everybody within shouting distance about your relationship with your dad, you know?
Actually, this is more of a Warren Zevon track.
Oh, that's a huge call, dude. Yes. This is like Bad Luck Streak at Dancing School era Zevon. Like a B-side.
Yes.
I watched an entire live Zevon concert from that era, from that album tour, the other night, and it just kind of blows my mind how much money the record label threw at that guy. Like he's incredibly talented, but just him singing like, I don't know, Lawyers, Guns, and Money in front of an audience of like kind of terrified people, just screaming into the microphone.
Thank you, Shrub.
This kind of sounds like I don't know, Michael McDonald song maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why wasn't this the cocaine song?
Yeah, this does sound like a cool, like the Eagles doing coke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it sound cool.
It's very smooth.
Outlaw's still streaming? Jesus Christ. I got to turn it off like 24 hours ago.
Who's still streaming?
Outlaw, the guy that bullies Tom.
That's Jenny. But that's not Jenny's dad. If she gets into that car, you may be looking at Jenny for the last time.
Damn, McGruff.
Let me show you something. See that
Getting a little
playground?
grim.
A lot of kids there. Every day in this country, 60 kids disappear. Some run away, but a lot are kidnapped by strangers or even by people they know.
Oh my God! So this would have been around the time of the Satanic Panic, too. I guess.
A lot of them get kidnapped by my fellow workers at the CIA for using adrenochrome ceremonies.
You know, your kids can learn to protect themselves.
That's how you get on drugs. You're 7 years old walking home from school and some guy's like, you want to smoke some rock with me?
Yeah.
And then you say yes.
Learn how to keep your family
Rockville, Maryland.
And help take a bite out of crime.
You're 8 and your parents commit you to the Allen Memorial
The
Institute
Sunday
where you
Morning
become
Funny
addicted to
starring Laurel and
DMT.
Hardy now continue.
Did anyone ever get prosecuted for copying a VHS tape?
I'm sure somewhere, probably on like mass level, you know, like mass production. But I doubt anyone got. I don't know. It's a good question.
My uncle did it to every movie. So
when I figured out you could
it would have been him.
You could put a piece of tape over the little hole in the VHS tape that's for copy protection. And if you have 2 VCRs, you can copy any video from Blockbuster.
That's right.
I mean, that's not really even scamming Blockbuster because you still rented the tape.
Yeah, you weren't going to rent it again, probably.
Yeah, you're not.
Unless you're crazy.
You're not starting your own version of Blockbuster out of your bedroom.
That would be one thing if you had your own shop floor in your house where people could come and buy them there. Which honestly, maybe some people did, and if they did, I respect the hustle.
That's how Netflix started. Some guy would copy the tapes and then mail them to people.
Even though you're a kid, you have the right to stop people you don't know or don't trust.
I'm pretty sure that's how the first movie store in my hometown started, which was just some guy's basement and a pretty decent selection of horror movies and nothing else. McQuinn's Video.
Why is this 10-year-old a crossing guard? Shouldn't he also be at school?
Yeah, what's going on here?
See? You know, closeness can be important when the other person is helping you, watching out for you. That's a good kind of closeness.
Can we see what? I forget.
Close to others to feel wanted. But sometimes, some people will try to get close and
Oh yeah, you can't see the thing. Duh, what am I doing?
That is wrong.
Covered up the watch together with McGruff.
Eric, I'm sick of you doing that.
Dang.
You can't do that, I'll tell.
There it is.
I don't like people touching me.
That's right. Speak up. You have the right to protect yourself. No one can come into your space unless they have a good reason and only when you say okay. You don't have to shoot, tickling, or grabbing. Just as you don't bother other people, they can't bother you. That is your right.
Again, it's real rich of a dog to be talking about getting into people's personal space.
Mm-hmm.
Heads up.
Okay.
Come on, let's have it. Turn back here. Come on. Hey, right in here. That's it. Okay, Stevie. Short one. Here we go. That's it. Okay, let's see. Come on, you do it.
Okay, long pass.
Atta boy. Here we go.
Here I come.
Gotcha. Now you're sack.
Okay.
No. Get up. like that. Playing football's okay, but don't hold me down.
If someone comes into your personal space and you don't want them to,
What is the guy
doesn't
supposed to
matter
be
if it's
trying
an
to
adult
do?
Or someone your own age.
I'm not
It's
sure.
just as wrong.
He looks like he was just trying to play.
And get away from anyone who bothers you like that, even an adult. And if an adult keeps it up, then you should get away and tell someone you trust about what happened.
Maybe just don't play football with an old guy.
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
Walking down the street, some guy's playing football?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's hard to remember like what a paranoid time this was
there.
for parents.
Yeah, seriously. Everyone was absolutely terrified of their kid getting taken.
I'm looking for a little bitty kitten. It's fuzzy and it's kind of a gray color.
And that mixed with yeah, like the whole satanic panic thing, like
Well, I've been
that
looking
Michelle
all over the
remembers,
neighborhood
but
since I lost it.
which was set on
You
Vancouver
wanna come
Island.
and help me? I'll bet you got real sharp eyes. You know what? I'll give you a reward.
Maybe. I guess I could.
Great.
Do you know this guy?
Uh-uh.
Let's go, okay? Don't talk to him.
But
Don't go. Just get out of here.
You don't touch her. You stay away from us. I'm not kidding. Not just get out of here. I mean it. Get out of here. Just alone.
Segment should have ended with the neighborhood wicker manning that guy.
What should have happened
It is interesting.
is it turns out there actually was a kitten, but then he runs over it right then because he's pissed off.
I got his
Yeah.
license plate number.
And scared.
It's a tale of hubris.
The first version of this anxiety explosion,
cut it out.
It's just a stranger. It's just a random bad guy. But now, it really, like, the people who are freaked out about this stuff think that it's like the rulers. They think that it's like the Democratic Party in Hollywood.
Remember,
and the fucking intelligence community.
But still not the cops. Your local cop is good.
Yeah, never the
local
police.
Really dangerous.
The blue.
That's because it's about abstract symbols of power, like local authority to them. They see it every day how it helps them, so they like it. It's abstract power that they feel like is going to exploit them because it fucking is, because it's going to do that to everybody.
Hey, can't you take a
'Cause
joke?
the thing is opening, the maw is opening, and it's going to swallow everyone. And some people freak out about that with fantasies that, oh, I'm gonna catch Hillary Clinton trying to eat my kid by snapping her up in a butterfly net. Some bullshit.
Yeah,
Damn,
that's
that
like a
7-year-old had a
productive
mustache.
It's a productive place to put that anxiety. Like it feels like that energy is going to something creative. And like, yeah, it's fun. We were talking about this on Bottleman, Matt, but it's like it's fun to pretend, you know.
Want to play some ball?
It's fun. It's fun to engage in these fantasies on a certain level.
It's a cloud cuckoo land that we can all move to.
I'm
neighborhood
more
is Twin
interested
Peaks.
in moving to the Hollow Earth base under Mount Shasta once my adrenochrome levels are topped up.
wants me to play football with.
That'd be pretty sweet.
But I don't want.
Yeah, we'll go live with the race of bell-making elves underneath
Who's
Mount
piling
Shasta.
on? Shouldn't do that.
The future is the Hollow Earth. That's pretty clear.
He doesn't have the right.
Yeah, the future is Lemuria.
Told him not to.
Gotta find some lost continents. All the ones we have are no good.
Yeah, we did
Fucked
them
them
wrong.
up.
Yeah, we used
We
them up
fucked
wrong.
them up. Gotta get some other ones.
Everyone's so casual to these kids. They're like, the neighbor molested me. They're like, you don't have to put up with that. You can just say no.
You can be like, just a darn minute here, Mr. Wilson. I'm not gonna be having that. I'm not up for such sassafras.
Yeah. No, I bid you good day, sir.
Good day. No more of this.
What's up?
There are no
Hey.
buses in these. Like, shouldn't they just have more buses if half the school has to walk home? And they're getting picked up by a random guy in a car.
Remember, kids.
Who's gonna pay for that?
Everybody has a right to their
That's
own
true, the
space.
homeowner, and they've got more important things to worry about.
With anyone hurting you. Take care of yourself.
Like
Stand
crime.
up for
We can
your
just
rights.
increase the police budget.
That's the best way to
All right. What should we call this song? We never decided the title.
Adrenochrome bracket. Don't do it.
All right, that's probably good. Yeah, we should just do that. All right, Adrenochrome, don't do it. And what should be the image we use to? Oh, it's got to be something of Comet Ping Pong, right? To upload it to YouTube.
Yeah, it's got to be like the branding and stuff shouldn't be too obvious, so it doesn't get taken down in like a sweep of QAnon stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, I don't know if I would say Adrenochrome.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that might be a good idea.
Oh man, fucking big tech censorship once again.
God damn it.
Yeah, like I want one of those Q maps. Remember the Q map?
Q maps rule.
You can't buy them anymore. I would have to print it myself.
This suggestion in the chat, Adrenochrome. Do you think that would get around any kind of filter, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Let's do that. That's a good idea.
Adrenochrome is very good.
Yeah.
Great job, chat.
See, we always get like one or two good ones from the chat, you know? That's great. But we still need an image. Yeah, like a more subtle Comet Ping Pong one.
What about just a slice of pizza?
A slice of pizza next to a ping pong table.
There you go.
I'm going to Google image search ping pong pizza.
Uh-oh.
Of course, like it's all Comet Ping Pong without saying Comet.
I can make one. Let me see.
Oh, sure. I'll start upload. Well, actually, no, I can't upload it without the image, so never mind.
I can put it together in like 1 minute here. Let's see.
Sure.
And let your self-respect grow.
We wrote so many lyrics, though. Like, it's over 5 minutes long, and I cut a little bit of it.
And let your self-respect grow.
That one's really grown on me.
Never try marijuana, don't try it at all.
It sounds like he's saying. Oh yeah. Sounds like he's saying "never cry" at the beginning, which is pretty good. Yeah, this song, they picked the wrong backing music. This should have been the cocaine backing music.
Oh, totally, man.
It's got that. There's a genre of song from this era that's like success win cocaine music.
Yeah.
You're facing challenges, but you will defeat them and you will become the winner.
Cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know,
That whole genre is just entirely the product of cocaine. That and 80s, 50s retro.
cause your life is a gift.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never try marijuana, don't try it at all.
I guess maybe Foreigner is the best example of that band, or kind of band.
Yeah.
Journey.
Just shitty, hooky, cokey 80s shit.
Yeah, it's like a weird. It's like proto glam metal. It's proto like Bon Jovi stuff almost, but like more influenced by power pop.
Yeah, like
By shit like and shit like
arena
Boston.
music.
Yeah.
Cause your life is a gift, don't abuse
Okay, I'll put it in the Discord thing.
Cool.
If you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow. Cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it.
Why do we keep listening to them over and over? Because they're so good.
But they're wrong, because not only does it harm a person's body and mind, but it often leads users to try other, even
They're
more
complex
dangerous
songs, you know.
And you know, gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's good, Alex.
That's the shit.
And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow.
There's someone shredding over this.
'Cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. Oh.
Did I make it zoom in and out like I did for the Santa one, where I probably like gave someone a seizure?
Yes.
Learn a lesson so true. There's danger in inhalants. They can break you in two. So never sniff inhalants.
Yeah, okay, this is just Devo.
Breathing them is really no thrill. Don't you know inhalants really can kill?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a song they would write too, just ironically.
Yeah, yeah. It would be pro inhalants.
Yeah.
Do
Evolve
inhalants.
yourself.
Whoa, 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 do inhalants.
Yes.
There's danger in inhalants. They can break you in two. So never sniff inhalants. Breathing them is really no thrill. Don't you know inhalants really can kill? You'll be suffering pain.
Borderline Death Grips vibe.
The gruff predicted death grips.
This is someone fucking with him for sure. Getting him to talk about lesbians.
Happy birthday to Southall. Happy birthday to you. My prayer is that God
The image that says out loud proud, he doesn't know what that means.
your great
No.
Martha and I are wishing you the best. Serve the Lord and you will be blessed. Happy birthday to Southall. Happy birthday to you. My prayer is that God will bless you too. Your great Aunt Martha and I'm wishing you the best. Serve the Lord, you will be blessed.
Is this recent?
What?
Is this recent?
Yeah, this is
occupancy
7 hours ago.
ban? Oh shit.
I need to turn my volume back on for this one.
This is another new one. I haven't heard this one.
Oh, I listened to this one the other day, actually. He really is kind of phoning him in lately.
Oh, he's had a big year.
It's already gone by the Eagles.
Sin not skin is how we all can win. Grace not race is what we should embrace. The most important thing is the contents of your heart. Love your neighbor and hatred will depart.
This is John. Oh yeah. I shouldn't have that. People don't know this is John Acapinti. He's a very old man who loves making songs with keyboard presets. He loves Trump and the police and Waffle House.
Yeah. He's like a 80-year-old retired preacher or some shit.
He does all the harmonies himself.
I don't think grace not race is in the Bible. That's a heavy paraphrase.
Love can work miracles. We need this love, I say. Let us reach
Whoa.
Sin not skin, I say. Sin not skin, and grace not race.
Do you think he accidentally transposed this whole part?
I think he just does what the keyboard does.
Yeah.
Police supporter.
This is like well-tread ground for him already.
Yeah, kind of going back to the well here. Oh, uh-oh. I couldn't tell whether it was a hockey puck or a snooze container that had Back the Blue on it.
4-pack bundle. Like, he just finds the most insane shit.
States he doesn't live in.
Wow, he really phoned this one in, my god.
Yeah, where's the verse, John? Come on, man. This is like late period fall.
It sucks.
This is probably his worst song of all time.
It's gotta be, yeah. We gotta do the classic.
Yeah, here we go. This is his primo cop music. 2019 shit.
This is before he figured out the panning thing on the vocals.
Yeah. Just the hard left pan.
Mm-hmm.
And the song's taking a minute to upload over here.
The algorithm is scanning it for any sort of cue content, probably.
Yeah.
Trump praises police brutality. Crowd cheers. It's Minnesota. You don't live there.
Rhyming fear and care bold.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the key change.
Ooh. Yeah, this is the kind of old Octopussy Fire that I like, where it just gets progressively more and more psychotic as the song goes on.
Yeah, and the hook just goes.
You put more time
the
into
verses
it.
are amazing.
My pillow is the best, better than all the rest. Mike Lindell makes sure they pass every test. Buy this pillow today, do it without delay. Listen to what Mike has to say. Yes, it's my pillow made in the USA.
Weird, I feel like this era is already gone, and it was only, what, 2 years ago? This feels nostalgic to me now.
I know.
Mike Lindell's going to be president.
He's yeah, that's the thing. He was so inspired by Trump as president, and with Biden, he just doesn't have that juice anymore.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like Biden's inspiring a lot of art.
Yeah.
I wonder if Amanda Palmer has moved back to America at this point.
I hope not.
Yeah. Good question.
She's moved back to America. She's out on the street. She's got her SOS Cuba sign.
Jesus sheets are here. They're selling everywhere. You'll have a good night's sleep, so do not fear. Pillow towels are real.
I think I gotta go, guys.
Oh, no worries.
That's all right, man.
Ready
Been
to
going for
debut.
3 hours
It's fucking
now.
taking forever to upload. Oh, wait a second. I think it's ready.
Hell
You
yes.
can stick around for 5
shit.
minutes.
Yes,
here?
absolutely. Let's hear it.
Wait, it still says it's processing. It uploaded, but it's processing. Hopefully it'll be like a couple seconds.
Okay.
Wait, now it says processing 100%. But I still can't load it, so I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it's doing.
We're being shadow banned.
Aha, wait, it is showing up. Here, I can link it. The link is up, but it still says it's processing. But I'll put it in the Discord here. Actually, I wonder if it'll even let me put it in the watch together if it's processing.
Processing. Let's see. Do you have the MP3? You can just drag it into Discord.
Yeah, let me try that. It's too big for the Discord file.
Oh my god.
Dude, come on. Thought this is 2021 over here. Okay, it said 100%, now it says 95% processing. So I'm going to assume that that's the truth. Oh, there we go. We're finally good.
Sweet.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go.
All your friends disappear.
Oh, restarting. Okay. What's it doing?
I don't know.
Are your friends disappearing? Is it silence on the playground that you're hearing? There's no noise on the schoolyard, not even a sound. All your friends and comrades are being tortured underground. Your friends are doing this drug, or they're being turned into it. Presidents, rock stars, millionaires, they all do it. They used to put it in the Coca-Cola your grandparents bought. Everyone is doing it, but you should not. I hear they're breeding a boneless kid to turn into adrenochrome mids. Don't do adrenochrome on little St. James, even though it'll light up your brain. Don't shoot it, don't rail it, don't spread it on a cracker just because it's used by your favorite rapper. Imagine the most fun pizza place of all time, where you can play ping pong and hang out with Grimes. Children are
excellent delivery on Grimes,
prime. Yeah. Down in the basement where they're snorting that slime. Hillary's there, and those folks from the island taking a gram to the face and then smiling. Barney is there, and your parents too. Everyone is doing it, but it's not for you. I hear they're breeding a boneless kid to turn into adrenochrome mids. Don't do adrenochrome on little St. James, even though it'll light up your brain. Don't shoot it, don't rail it, don't spread it on a cracker just because it's used by your favorite rapper. Don't snort it, don't sip it, don't put it up your ass, even though it'll send you to the head of your class. Yes, it's used by kings, sultans, prime ministers too. It's for everyone who matters, but not for you. Everyone's doing it, SpongeBob is too. Mary Kate Ashley and Honey Boo Boo. Bonsai, Buddy, Eddie, Money, Bugs Energizer and Big Buck Bunny, Lotex, Cartman, even Bill Nye, Gary, Rosma, Numa Guy. Why do you think Octomom had 8 babies? That top shelf chrome made her womb go so crazy. But Barney didn't know what they put in that stuff. Because of the Winkster, the 90s were rough, so he reached for the potion that muffled the pain. You can't comprehend the pressures of fame, but back in the 60s we had better than mids. Cause back then it was so much easier to scare kids. 100% pure adrenochrome we would choom. That shit that put the astronauts on the moon. We'd show kids a Dracula, the mummy's tomb. We'd show them the creature from Black Lagoon. We'd pull out the gland, stir it up with a spoon, then pipe at the paste in a crab rangoon. Yeah, I know it sounds fun, but it wastes your cash. NSYNC did it, now look at Lance Bass. So don't snort it or sip it or put it up your... Don't do adrenochrome on little St. James, even though it'll light up your brain. Don't shoot it, don't rail it, don't spread it on a cracker just because it's used by your favorite rapper. Don't snort it, don't sip it, don't put it up your ass, even though it'll send you to the head of your class. Yes, it's used by kings, sultans, prime ministers too. It's for everyone who matters, but not for you.
Beautiful.
All right, guys, we did it.
Oh, that was great.
Wonderful. Very proud of that.
Good.
Yeah, we
We're gonna put it
succeeded.
top 100 in record time. Well done, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, if you
Thank you,
need to head out, no worries. But thanks for joining us and creating
Yeah,
something
thank you. It was
that
a lot of fun.
the world did not need. So.
I think they did, and we're going to see them love it in the time to come.
Silence on the
All right,
playground.
dude.
Thanks for coming on, brother.
There's no noise on
Here, I'll put the link to the song in the chat
not
too.
even a sound.
All right, I'm gonna raid
All your
Chapo.
friends and
And
All
I
right,
will
thanks
see
for tuning in,
you over
everybody.
there.
Yeah, thanks, folks.
That rocked. Let's make this the song of the summer. Do what BTS does. Or BTS
Yeah.
fanbase does.
Yeah, let's go.
You need to take us to number 1 though. We got to get people going off.
Coca-Cola your grandparents bought. Everyone